Coming up in today's Battle Report.
Good morning, guys, we're back. And as of last night, we hit 1,000 subs.
We did.
Thank you all so much for your support, guys. Massive help. I mean, you'll be seeing this a week later, so might have even some more by now.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, huge thank you, guys. It's been a journey with COVID.
It has been.
Something that started off as a bit of fun, bit of a giggle, and it's actually...
We've now got to do it properly.
Yeah, we're starting to take it a bit serious. Obviously, not making a living yet, guys. But we have to keep doing our day jobs. But today, regardless of all that, we have got Orks versus Drukhari.
I'm not looking forward to this matchup.
No, it might be a bit...
Looking at what happened with the Celestial Lions last game, I think if I don't get my charges off and you goat me out into a wiring too early, I might be in trouble.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility.
You've toned down the list, though.
Effectively, I've bought all that I own, with the exception of a few bits and bobs. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. You never know. If I manage to get the charges off, I will fold you like a bit of paper.
There is that, but to bulk out your list, you've had to bring some big stompies to get your points up to 2k, which unfortunately my Dark Lantis might like. It'll be a tough matchup for them, but at the same time, it'd be good to actually really sort of run through them and a fairly half decent Drukhari army. Where do the Orks stand? Yeah, I mean, we've been talking obviously off camera a lot, and you think you're around the Necron type book level. You were sort of thinking around there. There will be a couple good builds in there, but it's not blatantly oppressive like say Drukhari or Abmech. Yeah, I would say that Drukhari are kind of balanced out by Abmech because Dark Lancers are fantastic, but so are whatever the Chicken Walkers are officially called with the Cognist Las Cannons. Yeah, I mean, you have the core rebalancing, which will help. But regardless of that, I think today will be interesting to see how it goes. We've tweaked the list slightly to not be so overpowering with the Drukhari, but we'll see how it goes. It's a dice game, quite obviously, and if you've watched our previous game with you versus the Lions, 1 or 2 dice rolls can fundamentally change how the game goes. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Quite good fun. Chris, the guest, his new Celestial Lions. I mean, first I'd even seen the army, let alone played it. So that was fun. And then obviously you in the new book.
Yep.
So all good, guys. So guys, we'll get the list done. We'll be back with you in just a second. This could be quite a long video because there's obviously 2,000 points. Bear with us. Hope you enjoy.
All right then, so this is 2,000 points of Orks. So I'm running a battalion, a patrol, and a super heavy auxiliary today. Leading off, I've got Ghazghkull himself, so he has to be the Warlord as part of his rules, and he's got the proper Killy Warlord trait, which gives him +1 attack and +1 AP to his weapons. Next to him, he's got his little buddy Makari there, and I've spent an extra CP to give him his mandatory Warlord trait, which is Follow Me Lads. That means that if Makari charges a unit, any other Orc unit that charges that exact same unit gets +1 to their charge rolls. So that's quite handy for him. Moving on into troops, I've got 2 units of 20 Orc boys. They've all got slugs and choppers. The knobs have a big chopper, and then I've got 2 rockets in each. Now, in the new book, the rockets aren't the best because they're heavy weapons. That's more of a harkover from the previous book when they were assault weapons. I also have a squad of 10 Shoota boys. They're there just to sit on an objective and sling some shots downrange. Not expecting much from them, but hey-ho. Moving on into elites, I've got a squad of 5 Burna boys. Now, one caveat to this, I built these before GW made the spanner mandatory per 5 models, so technically this is an illegal squad. For the case of the argument, everyone, the Burna boy with the white welder's mask and the yellow fuel tank will be my spanner in this game. He's equipped with just a big shooter. Everyone else has got their burners. I've also spent the extra 10 points to give them all the Zzapkrumpaz custom job. That means for them, any wound rolls of 6 deal a mortal wound in addition to their damage. So actually, as Goffs, they're going to be in combat anyway. It looks like that could be some some half decent combat from them. I also have a squad of 5 commandos. The Nobvir has a power claw. Into fast attack, I have got a squad of 5 Storm Boys, and Nob has a power claw. Into heavy support for the battalion, I have got one of my mech guns. So looking at these, I was going to take these originally as a squadron of 3. However, their leadership form means that realistically, Toby only has to kill 1, and the rest will fail to morale. So I've split these up, hence the patrol in addition. So one of the mech guns, 2 Death Dreads with Scorchers and Claws, and a squad of 3 Killer Cannons. There are 2 big shooters in here, and one of them has a rocket launcher because I have 15 points spare. Move then on into the patrol. I've got a Weird Boy. His 2 powers are going to be the Jump and Warpath. I was tempted by Jabbing Fingers, but I think with the larger board sizes, the Jump's probably a better bet. I have a squad of 10 Gretchen. So these ones here, I've made them the specialist mob, Horrible Gits. So that gives them OBSEC, and the only downside to that is any unit, both friendly and enemy, within 3 inches of them suffers -1 to hit, because they're all smelly. Then to top out the heavy support there, I've got my 2 other mech guns. And last but not least, in my super heavy auxiliary, I've got my Morkanaut, which I finished painting up the other day. So he's got his custom mega cannons, custom mega blaster, all the rockets and all the big shooters. He is modelled with the custom force field. However, it's just not worth it for 30 points for a 6-up invuln. So instead, I've spent the 30 points on the shock hull, which means that any unit that is within engagement range after they finish combat with him on a 4+ suffers D3 mortal wounds. It's 30-point trade out, probably would keep him naked 9 times out of 10, but hey ho, it's enough custom jobs to show you guys. Cool, so that is 2,000 points of Orks. Onto the Drukhari.
Okay then guys, so this is my 2,000 points of Drukhari. So I'm running a triple patrol detachments, a combination of the Cabal of the Black Heart and the Cult of Strife. So heading up the army, we have an Archon. So we're using my Visage model again. I just want to use the model. He's really cool. He has got a Huskblade, which, as per usual with Drukhari at the moment, has been upgraded to the Jin Blade, and he's got a blast pistol to go alongside that on his other arm. Warlord trait-wise, I've given him the Hatred Eternal for reroll everything in every phase. Just makes sense, guys, realistically there. We then come on to 3 squads of identical squads of Cabalite warriors. Each one has got a blaster in it. The rest are bare bones. These, again, objective holding, pretty good sort of anti-armor firepower with the blasters. And actually now with the Orks having a toughness boost, the poison becomes a bit more helpful there. Also in this patrol, we then have a unit of Scourge. I've never used Scourge before in a game, guys, so this is going to be fun. These were built at the end of 8th, so they have Haywire blasters I've modelled. I'm running them as Dark Lances. Haywire, I just don't think cuts it. I will try it at some point, but I think the Dark Lance is just so good, I can't really ignore it. So these guys have got their 5-up invuln from their Ghost Plate armour. They can deploy in reserve and deep strike in. I'm not sure if I'm going to on that side of things, but obviously the Dark Lance is really what we're going for there, guys. So just a memory jog if you need it. Strength 8, -4, D3 plus 3 damage on a reasonably mobile platform. Yes, I'm going to get penalties for moving and shooting, but with dense cover and that side of things, it's unlikely I'm not going to have a -1 to hit anyway. Although the Morkanaut being a bit of a chunky boy, he's probably a bit more exposed. Continuing the theme with the Dark Lances, we then come on to 2 of the 3 Ravagers in this list. They are all armed with Dark Lances, despite disintegrated cannons being modelled on there. I am getting some Dark Lances to actually officially magnetize these guys, but we just think that disintegrated cannons against the Orks at the moment that amount of firepower is probably just going to make this a really boring game. Yes, the Dark Lancers are going to pop pretty much any of the Orc vehicles, but once they've done, one Dark Lance killing one Orc boy isn't the biggest problem for Harry to worry about in the grand scheme of things. I have also spent the points for chain snares on these guys, so an additional 3 attacks. Being in the Cabal Black Heart, they're going to be up that power from pain table to getting the weapon skill 3+ quite early on in the game. Hitting at strength 7 -1 damage. It's going to shred a lot of things, especially with the possibly 9 attacks, depending on how damaged they are. And I've also spent the points on there for Phantasm Grenade Launchers, just rounding out the list. So that is the Assault D3 blast weapons, rolling off against Harry's leadership and doing mortal wounds if I exceed it. Continuing on in the same patrol detachment, it's a big old detachment. We have some dedicated transports. So up first, we have a Raider. I'm going to be a little bit janky here and put the Witches into here, which we'll come on to. But it's a Raider, guys. You all know what they do. I have pimped him out a little bit. So he's also got chain snares. He's also got Grizzly trophies for that -2 leadership aura, which made me giggle when Harry was talking about his mech guns. Making them leadership 2 would be hilarious. But there we go. And I have also given it a shock prow, because with the shock prow stratagem, I can power slide it into a number of units and get mortal wounds off if needed. And I think I just had leftover points, guys, realistically there. And again, he's got the Phantasm Grenade Launcher. We then have a series of Venoms. We have got 4 or 5 of them in this patrol. They've all got the splinter cannon up top as they need to. They've got splinter rifles below. I'm not paying the points for another splinter cannon, guys. It's just stupid. And I have given them more chain snares. Again, just giving me the extra attacks. That takes them up to many attacks. Again, hitting on freeze later on in the game. We then come into the Witch Cult detachment. This is the Cult of Strife detachment. We are running something I've not shown you before on the channel, though I'm sure you've seen or at least read about. So this is a Succubus leading it with Razor Flails. So this effectively gives her a base attacks of 12 attacks, hitting on 2s. Strength user, admittedly, so we're hitting strength 3. But then I'm going to make that a bit better later on. And then we have a -1 damage pop. But what we've done is I've given her the Competitive Edge Warlord trait. So this basically means any attacks that don't inflict damage or hit the inflict damage step at the very least, I can basically roll again 1 attack. And I've also coupled that with the Dark Lotus Toxin, which is the Cult of Strife unique relics. So this means she's up strength, gets +1 strength and damage to all melee weapons and attacks, excluding relics. Okay, that's not a relic. So what that basically means is she is hitting with 12 attacks at strength 4 minimum, and depending on how the combat does go, I'm going to be rolling randomly like I always do. -1, obviously Blades of Death. Blade Artistry comes in potentially on wound rolls of 6, and at 2 damage. So that's going to help me shred realistically Marines in a different game, but Harry's Mega Knobs might fall foul of her. She's also been upgraded to the Super Succubus to give her Show Stealer, so she can consolidate any direction 6 inches, which also then unlocks the troops selection for this detachment, which is a unit of 10 Hecatrix Blood Brides, giving me that weapon skill 2+, and then the improved armor penetration, again going up against things like the Morkanauts, the possibly even Gaz, and realistically the mega armored knobs, the extra damage, extra AP on 6s to wound will hopefully sort of cut through some of that armor. Last up in the troop section here, we've got a unit of 5 witches just filling out some points, being backfield objective holders. Their invulns reasonably useful. And of course, there's not that many points for doing actions or whatnot if I want to later on in the game. They're just bare bones. In the fast attack on this patrol, we then have 2 units of 3 Reaver jet bikes. I've paid for a Grav Talon in each of them, so if I charge in with these units on a 4-up, they can take a mortal wound. On a 6-up, it takes D3 mortal wounds. And each unit has also got a Heat Lance for some extra anti-armor in there. And I will put the Grav Talon on that model just for simplicity's sake. We then come into the last patrol detachment. It's another Black Heart Cabal detachment, and here we have got Drazar. He's Drazar. Hopefully this time he's not going to die in an exploding venom, but we shall see. I really hope he doesn't. And then we have a unit of Oh, brain's gone. I have a unit of Capitalite Warriors and another Ravager. And I do believe I might have forgotten my Incubi in this list, guys, so I might have to change this up slightly. If I have, apologies. Although I have forgot the Incubi when they were back in the first patrol detachment, so there is a unit of 5 Incubi as well. Apologies for me rambling there. I was just quickly scrolling from my list going, where the Incubi gone? So yeah, a unit of Incubi in amongst them, follow Drazin. And then, like I said, rounding off attachment is the final Ravager. So, nice long list, guys. 2K. It takes a while to go through that. But that is the list for today. We'll come back with you with the mission and the deployment. Today's mission is Vital Intelligence from the Grand Tournament 2021 Strike Force Mission Pack. Primary objective is domination, where players score 5 victory points for holding 2 or more objective markers, another 5 for holding 3 or more, and finally scoring 15 for holding more than their opponent. In terms of secondaries, the Orks have gone for Retrieve Octarius Data, Stomp 'em Good, and Assassinate, whereas the Drukhari have gone for Bring It Down, Engage on all fronts, and Retrieve Octarius Data. Look pretty epic, huh?
It does look really cool. And then the mech guns are kind of just dotted around. I've got 2 here which can shift out to see some bits. This one here, hopefully after first movement phase, we'll be able to move out so it can see that lane. Second turn, it will be able to see more.
Yeah, because we've got firing lanes basically set up across the board, guys. So there we go.
But there's still plenty of places for me to hide and for you to hide as well.
I mean, some of it's going to need to be. But yeah,
it's not too bad.
Terrain-wise, everything is GW rules as written.
So ruins sort of in the centre. Taking a leaf out of the competitive book, I put the 2 bits of dense terrain in the far corner.
Yep, so they can be ignored all game.
Pretty much. And then just got some ruins. That's just a bit of obstacle, and that bit is also dense terrain, just because it is the AdMech stuff.
Yep. So you will count the forklifts, for a better term, as a bit of barricades, with a bit of dents on them as well, because they are technically Mechanicus too.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
make things a bit more interesting. Realistically, it's going to help you more than anything, so let's try and balance the orcs.
Yeah, I haven't got any shooting, realistically.
You've got that much shooting. So, as far as the Drukhari is concerned, we've got Venoms everywhere. We've got this Venom here with the Incubi in the back. It's got Drazar and the Incubi, ready to pounce wherever they need to. We've got Ravagers setting themselves up ready for firing lanes, depending where the Orks decide to go. We've got a unit of Witches hiding in the ruins here to holding a backfield objective. Skurd is ready to pounce where they need to. The Archon is in the Venom he's next to. We've got the Witch party bus ready to set off to wherever they need to go towards. And a sneaky set of Reaver jet bikes over here to annoy Harry, because they can just basically zoom around, firing heat lances into big stuff whilst not really being enough of a threat to destroy. It's an annoying one because they're not really that dangerous, but they're not really something you want to leave alone.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to get some points.
They're a really good unit for that exact reason.
Yeah, but I see where people take them in bigger units, and especially with Hellions as well, bigger units for eviscerating flyby, those sort of stratagems. But today, that's not what we're doing. So, sir, are you ready to roll off to see who's going first?
Yeah, why not? Let's go for it.
So off you go.
So we've got Orc dice. That's a 4. That's all right.
Generic dice. It's a 3. You didn't really know if you wanted to go first.
No, the reason I didn't really want to go first is the fact that I'm going to move up and then everything's going to be in shooting range.
Yeah.
Wow. Fun times.
You don't have a choice in the matter, Harry.
No, I don't. Cool.
So that'll be that's that done, guys. We will come back with you with anything to do in your command phase that's worth talking about.
Getting a command point. The war happens in the command phase, but I'm not doing a war turn 1.
That makes sense. So we'll come back to you at the end of the Orcs movement phase, and we'll talk through what Harry's been up to.
Alright then, so end of Orcs movement phase. Pretty much everything has just pushed up and taken the centre of the board. Unlike the last game against Chris's Celestial Lines, I've actually rolled half decent advance rolls this time, which makes a massive difference.
You certainly seem to. I think it was only Gaz that rolled lower.
Yeah, Gaz didn't roll well, but everything else did alright. So if we start off with the Dreadmore work down, the cannons rolled a 5, so they are now on that objective there.
They advance the cannons?
Yeah.
But you said you couldn't advance them.
No, they can.
Oh, the cans, sorry, I thought the cannons.
Mech guns.
Sorry, yeah, the cans.
The cans.
Apology, that's me being deaf.
Objective.
Yep.
The Death Guards here, they've both moved up. This one has moved up, so it's within 3 inches of that objective. Pure reason for that is I couldn't hide him, so he might as well be on an objective.
Makes sense.
This one is hidden behind there, so he can act as a bit of a counterpunch. This mech gun here has moved 3 inches around, and we've agreed that he can see the Ravager there.
Oh, there's no agreeing. He can definitely see the Ravager.
He can definitely see the Ravager. This one here has got line of sight against that Raider.
Yep.
The Horrible Gits have advanced, making sure they are 3 inches away from their own companion mech gun, so they don't get -1 to hit, but they are on that objective. I'm not going to do Rod this turn just because I need to get on objectives at this point.
Yeah.
This mech gun has shifted round, so can see the same Ravager as the first mech gun.
I wonder who might be getting lightning fast.
This Morknaut here can pretty much see what it wants. Really.
Yeah, he's big enough he can see almost anything.
He's big enough he can do what he wants. The boys up here have advanced into the ruin, so yes, they can be shot at, but they are at least getting some sort of cover, and they are on the objective. Also, forgot to say the Morknaut is capturing the objective.
Under here, I can't really see it from there, guys. And in the belly of the Morknaut is the Meganobs.
No, Burna Boys.
Burna Boys, sorry.
Haven't got any Meganobs in this list. They are on the painting.
That's why I can't see them.
Right,
Purple Orks.
The Shoota boys here have advanced up. I'm potentially going to do a jump just to get them onto objective, just for the sake of it. This squad of Ork boys here have rolled a massive 6, and they've just pushed up as far as they can. Boy, Gaz and Makari are all in the centre. Makari can also give all the Orks here at the moment a 6-up, feel no pain.
Yeah. Bit of survivability, hopefully.
And that's that, really.
Psychic phase.
Psychic phase. I think all that's really going to happen is I'm going to do both powers because I'm able to at this point.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Warpath on these squad boys in here.
Yeah.
So that if your witches do want to come out and Barney, at least they've got a bit.
There's a big mushroom behind them. I'm unlikely to for the time being.
Yeah, but for the sake of the argument, they might as well. So that goes off in a 6. Doesn't go off. That's fine. And then because I've got 20 boys within 10 inches of him.
20 orcs, isn't it, rather than boys?
Yeah, 20 orcs. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, new books, trying to get the terminology correct.
Models, not including Gretchen, also Makari and Mech Gun don't count. I am going to jump this squad of boys here. They're not going to be shooting, but if I can just shift them onto that objective as well, it stops you
nicking it with free bikes.
There just for heat lances.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Also stops me from just stealing the objective with 3 bikes rather than 1 big belly. But you failed the cast anyway, so.
CP reroll.
How many do you have at the moment?
I've got 7, went up to 8.
Cool. I'm on 10, guys, to start with. It's weird having a lot of command points.
You know what? I will reroll it.
Okay.
Just because it just objective plays that goes off. I'm 99% sure.
New book, guys, with 2
All
seconds.
the stuff's changed.
It has, and you guarantee something like that will do.
The jump 7.
So you rolled a 6, didn't you?
Yeah, I rolled 6.
Cool.
That hasn't gone off.
And you spent a CP.
Yeah, so I'm down to 7 again. I've still got enough to do
All you need to.
tricks.
Yep.
We'll go from there.
Do you need time to work out your shooting, or do you know what you're doing?
I've got a vague idea, but if we come back in a sec.
Yeah, so we'll see you with the orc shooting in just a moment.
All right then, so after a very unsuccessful psychic phase, we're going to go into the shooting phase. Pretty much all it's going to be is the Morknaut and the 3 mech guns. Everything else is advanced, so Daka weapons I can't advance and shoot. Divvied up the shots, the custom Mega Zapper, because it's got a longer range, is going to go into the Raider. Everything else is going to go into these bikes here. Because if I can just knock them out, it just protects that objective just a little bit more than not shooting it.
So because of the -1 from the dents on the mechanics terrain, I've played light on those boys, means he's hitting on 6s. And I played lightning fast onto the Raider to try and protect him a bit more.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they've got witches there. I don't particularly want to die this early on to explosions and the like. So there we go.
Completely fair. So start with the custom Mega Zapper. It's 3D3 shots. So that is 6 shots. That's perfectly acceptable. I am hitting on 6s though, because of lightning fast. This is where I need Mech Boss Buzzkill from Forge World. Okay, so 1 hit, and I have taken a mortal wound, just whilst to think about it. Freeze to wound. Does wound. In run, because I've got lots of AP. Nope. And D6 damage. 4. I'll take that.
That's
reasonable.
So that puts him down to 6 wounds. I mean, that was on the radar, yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
And then everything into the bikes. So I am within half range. I'm in Dakar range with the 2 twin big shooters. So that's 20 shots.
I think you might need a dice cup.
Maybe. So what toughness do you have interest?
On these boys, they're toughness 4 base, so and they haven't got any the drugs they got on there with +1 ballistic skill and +1 attack rolled randomly.
Okay, so no, so freeze to wound.
Yeah.
Cool. Those all wound.
What's the amount?
No AP though.
How many is that?
That is 5 in total.
Cool. I can't remember how many armor set they've got, but there it goes. So let me just keep them to one side because I can't remember what their armor is. And
Cool.
my book is currently closed. So what was because everything's going to them anyway, isn't it? So we
Yes.
can work our way through what failures are in a minute.
I should have done the rockets first because they are flat 3 damage pop.
That's
well.
too.
2d3 shots. 3 shots. 6s. Cool. 2 hits. 2 to wound.
Strength 8, are they?
Yes.
Cool. Damn, minus?
Out of interest, do you mind double checking what your armor save is? Because I might want to CP reroll that one.
Okay, yeah, no one's guys. Just 2 seconds. We're back with you. Okay, guys. So we have double checked these 4 up base armor. So 1 has gone through at the moment.
I will then reroll this one. Cool. So that's 2 at -2.
So -2. So 6 up either way. Make 1, fail 1. So
Cool.
1 is dead.
One's definitely dead.
That will be the sacrificial normal dude. Sorry, guys. Camera angle there was appalling.
And then D3 shots with the Mega Blaster, the baby one. Once again, 6s. One's an additional mortal wound. Cool.
So they're always mortal wounds on ones.
Yes.
It's not you haven't overcharged. It's always overcharged.
It's always.
Yeah, proper Orky weapon.
Yeah. So that's that on them. I think that's it actually because I've done all the shots.
Mork done. Morky Gorky. Morkanaut. We'll get them eventually.
Slightly underwhelming, but it's hitting on 6s. That's the issue.
Yeah. Make guns. Do we know where they're going?
Yes, I do actually.
Cool. Let's keep pottering on then.
So this one here will have to go into that raider.
Yep.
Because that's all it can see. And ooh,
fast.
I should be in range. What range?
You didn't check your ranges, did you?
No, I didn't, but I assume because we're normally playing on 1K boards, everything's in range normally. Smasher gun is 48 inches. That should be.
Yeah.
Should be.
60-inch board. So.
Yeah, 36 inches is there.
Cool.
So D3 shots with Smasher gun. One shot. Hitting on 5s at this point.
Ooh, was he
Misses.
Oh, he's done there. Cool. Sorry, I think missed him, but he missed it.
That's a bit of a shame. It would have been nice to knock some wounds off. What I will do though, if we just get rid of that.
Oh, yep.
That's our colour balance card. This mech gun will go into that. Actually, no. We'll do this one here because he can only see that raider.
Yep.
Not raider. Ravager.
Yep.
So D3 shots. 2 shots. Hitting on 4s.
Yeah. No minuses this time.
1 hit.
How does this work
Freeze to
now?
wound because it's now just strength 8.
Oh, okay.
And it's at -4 AP, but you got your
5
inbun.
inbun. Nope.
No. D6 damage. 2.
So he's taken 2 damage.
And I've already done a CP reroll.
Yeah, so I got a mark. Was that everything firing at him, or is,
There's one more mech gun.
is he firing at the same rate?
Yes.
Cool. Might do that then.
One shot. Hits.
Yep.
Does wound.
Yeah. So 5 of them done. Nope.
Okay. D6 damage. 4.
4. That's a bit more.
Okay.
So he's taken 6 wounds. So
Taking
he's
6
down
wounds.
to 7 wounds at that point with their weird 11 wounds.
Not fantastic shooting. I was hoping for a little bit more from him, but Lightning Fast has really saved you.
Yeah, we're a bit squishy otherwise.
Yeah.
So
my Morkanaut, with the 2 mortal wounds, one from the Custom Mega Zapper and the one from the Custom Mega Blaster, I am down to 22 wounds remaining.
well, we'll see what we can do about that.
At the moment.
So is that the Orc turn done, sir?
That is, unfortunately. I haven't done the Tyrus, I haven't killed a character, and I'm...
Haven't stomped nothing.
Not yet, no.
So no points.
No points.
Standard way of life. Right, guys. So we'll come back to you with the Drukhari turn 1 in a moment. I don't think there's anything to do with my command phase, so we'll see you in just a second. Okay, so Drukhari movement is a bit cagey because I've seen what Orks can do when they get into combat and I don't really want to get smushed too much. So starting from the right here, we have a Venom that is screaming from behind these crates over to here to basically deny Harry that primary point. In a similar vein, we've had Reavers and a Venom with the Incubi and Draz on board coming to deny that victory point, that primary point, objective, that's the word I'm looking for. From here, we've had Venom spreading out, so all the Archons come over here. Again, a bit of deep strike denial, that's quite hard to say. Expanding my bubble, same as the one in the front here. Just pushing out where Harry's boys units come in, either the jumping or deep striking next turn. Ravagers have roughly stayed still, they've got line of sight onto all the targets they want. Scourgers have moved out a little bit to get line of sight onto the big boy. The Raider has moved to one side slightly just to get, again, opening up some firing lines onto the Morkanaut. His Morkanaut. Can you write Mork on the front of him for me? Ravagers, again, getting these firing lines. The Raider's pushed out this way, just went 18 inches to the blaster inside onto the Morkanaut. And then we have a sneaky unit of Reavers pushing around that Harry didn't kill, stealing the primary objective from Harry and getting firepower in line, in range of the big boy. So that was my movement phase, guys. So we're going to start off with the shooting. Because I have no psychic being a Dark Eldar.
Funny that.
We don't deal with that sort of nonsense. So we're going to start with the Reavers in the corner. Harry, can you quickly see if I'm within 12 inches of your Shoota boys, please?
Yep, you are within.
Cool. So we've got 2 splinter rifles to start off. No, let's do it sensibly. The Heat Lance is going into the Morkanaut, and the splinter rifles are going into the Shoota boys behind it. So, actually, I don't know what I didn't do this around because these aren't black heart. Anyway, the Heat Lance. It hits because it's not an infantry there, bikers, so I don't get the heavy. Strength 8, toughness.
T8.
So force to wound. It is a wound.
No save.
No save. So it is D6 plus 2.
Cool.
It is 5 wounds in total through.
So that's down to 17.
Yep. And then we have 4 shots from the rifles. No, not twin. It's twin rifle, not a twin rifle. It's a standard rifle. So 2 hits. Force to wound because poison. 1 wound, no minus on your Shoota boy.
So I get a 6-up save followed by a 6-up from Makari. Nope. And 6-up. Yay!
Hey, so poison, but loved it. I will just double check it was just a standard. So quickly, yeah, just a standard splinter rifle. It's not a twin, it's a splinter rifle. So we'll then go on to the Venom.
Yep.
So first up, we're going to put the splinter fire into, the unit inside the Venom. Splinter fire into the blob in the ruins.
Makes sense.
And the blaster into the big boy. So this time we will do the blaster first for reasons. So we have hit. Force to wound. We have wound.
No save.
This was a straight D6. So another 5 damage.
Down to 12.
Yep. And then we have the 4 rifle shots into the boys. I will reroll one of those for Black Heart. And I'll wipe the board off by accident. Force to wound you. 2 wounds, no minus.
Cool. So get a t-shirt normally, +1 for cover. So I'm looking at 5s followed by 6s for Makari.
Yep.
Nope. And 6s. No.
Nope.
2 boys dead.
So at this point, we might as well put the Venom itself into that squad. So 2 rifle shots because we're not within 12 inches, and not obsidian rows. So 2 hits. 1 wound. I'm a 3 and a 4.
Any AP?
Nope, this is just a standard rifle.
Nope. And nope.
And then we have the splinter cannon underneath.
He needs to stay. So.
We will re-roll the 2 for Black Heart. And then 2 hits. Force to wound you. That is 1 wound at -1. And this is 2 damage.
Okay, so 6s. Yay!
Hey!
Then that's the right way around as well, because we'd have to get 2 6s for the Feel No Pain.
Yeah, that is true. So then we'll go on to the Raider, which again is in the Black Heart detachment, even though it's carrying witches.
Drukhari.
Yeah, Drukhari.
It's the only pet peeve I've got against the Codex.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm within 18 inches of the boys for the Phantasm Grenade Launcher.
Doesn't look like it.
So it's just the Dark Lance into the Morkanaut. So hitting you on freeze. Actually, Harry, can you just double check? Actually, it's a 6. Doesn't need to check, but it might have been degraded.
Yeah.
Force to wound you. So 3. How many wounds you got left?
He has got 12 wounds remaining.
I won't bother re-rolling that.
You've got an entire Ravager there.
We've got Ravager and the Scourges, so we're going to start.
We've got 2 Ravagers and Scourges.
Yeah, so that's the Raider fired. So we then go on to the Scourge, because the only thing they can see is the Morganauts. So these are hitting on 4s because they've moved with heavy weapons.
Woohoo!
That's always good. And the Solitaire was out of range of his Shard Carbine. So we are then going to be going on to this first Ravager. So he has got 3 Dark Lance shots into the Morganaut. We will use the Black Heart reroll. Hey, there we go. It is going to be forced to wound you. No, it doesn't wound. Morganaut's doing alright so far.
He's not. He might survive second turn. Let me guess. The second one on top.
Yeah. So this one up top here. Sorry, I was checking firing lanes. Is going to be firing his lances into the Morganaut. So again, hitting on freeze. Reroll one of those with Black Heart. Force to wound. There you go. That wound.
Don't get save.
D3 plus 3. So that's another 5 wounds.
Down to 7.
7 wounds. Then it was going to have to be, I think.
Is that final? That final
I can't
Ravager?
see.
No, he can.
Can he?
Because I'm a Titanic unit.
Oh, yeah, you can ignore the obscuring.
Ignore obscuring, and true line of sight means that. Oh, actually, true line of sight. Bear with me 2 secs, because he's not actually as tall as the angle would suggest. No, you can see the bleeding custom force fields.
Okay.
Yeah, you can shoot him.
So I was happy not to, but Harry's called it. His model being shot at, so we'll leave it at that, guys. So freeze to hit him. So we freeze because it's not dense on the ruins, is it? It's somehow a bit of barbed wire fence. Bit of barbed wire fence obscures it, but a ruin doesn't. Force to wound you. How many wounds you got left?
7.
I will CP reroll one of those.
Yeah, if you wound with. Oh, thank goodness.
So
what it means is
4 damage, Harry.
Well, what that meant is if you did get that one through, that would have auto killed it.
Yeah, pretty much. So he's still somehow alive. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I need to work out what I've got left to shoot and where it's going. We'll be back with you in just a mo. Okay, guys. Desperate times, desperate measures. I spent 2 CP on potent metallotoxins onto the venom itself because everything of the venom is in range with the Morganaut there. So start off with the rifles, the little small fry, hitting on freeze. Both hit. Let's just start with the cannon just in case. But anyway, forced to wound you now because of potent metallotoxins.
Yeah.
So 1 wound at no minus.
Cool. 3 up arm save. Does all good.
And then the rifle, cannon underneath. All hits. 4s again to wound because of poison and whatnot. So that is 3 wounds at -1 this time.
So
2 damage.
4 up. Oh, good.
Make them all. Damn and blast.
Good, good, good.
Okay, so we're moving on then. We then have this venom here. Because of the height of the venom, the height of the containers compared to the Boyz. Spinny. We've got the units inside, drawing line of sight from the venom. So basically we've got all the rifles from both the venom and the squad going into the Boyz in the middle. And then the cannon going into the Boyz as well. That's all I can see. The blaster's out of range. So we'll start with the... I need to do it separately actually because of the rerolls. So anyway, here we go. We have the cannon on top. All hits. We have... Wait, come back here. Force to wound. So that's 3 wounds at -1.
Okay, so I have to do these 2 at a time because of Makari's Feel No Pain because I don't get saved.
2 damage a pop, so...
Yeah,
so
I feel no pain. So first one, nope. Second one, nope. Third one, nope. So that's 3 Ork deads.
3 Boyz dead. We then have the 2 rifles from the venom. I'll reroll one of those for Obsidian Rose, Black Heart, whichever one I am today. Force to wound, no wounds. We then have the 4 rifles from the squad inside.
That's the other thing as well, because you're all poisoned, actually my T5 makes 0 difference.
Yeah. And force to wound you, no wounds. It doesn't make a difference when I can't hit you.
Very true.
So we are then coming on over to the bikes in the middle. So everything is going to be going into the Dread Boy there because no other targets. So we have, I don't want to double check if I, just quickly thinking, on my feet, sorry guys. Do they have, no they don't. I just had a weird wonder if they had grenades, but they don't. The witches themselves do, but they don't.
So we have 2 rifles. We'll do the Heat Lance first. Hits. Toughness of a dread.
7.
7. So 3 to wound. Wounds minus
Don't get
4.
save.
D6 plus 2.
Cool.
Have I used a CP in this yet?
Yes, you did, because you CP
got
rerolled
there, didn't I? Yes.
on the Morknot. So he's taken 3 wounds.
Yep. And then we have 2 splinter cannon rifles. Reroll one of those. For, no, they don't ignore that reroll because they're not Blackheart. They are witches. And then 6 to wound you. No wound because I have no toxins over there. We will then go on to the venom.
Yep. So that's Draz's venom.
So that's Draz's venom, who I keep calling Gaz rather than Draz. Damn GW.
Gaz is right there.
Gaz is right there. Yeah, he's
That's definitely not Draz.
No, he's not. So we have got the 4. The cannon first. And all hits. 6 to wound. No wounds. Rifles. Black Heart. Because all my transports are Black Heart, guys. 6s. No. Then we have the Fire Venom, which you might just be able to see there. So he's not technically inside the cover, neither is Harry, so we'll be -1 to hit.
And he's going after those killer cans.
Go after the cans. So we'll start off then with the squad inside the Venom. One blaster.
Blackhearted.
Blackhearted. Would have hit, doesn't. Then we have the 4 rifles. Need 6s here, because I'm assuming you're vehicles.
Yes.
That's a 5 over there, guys. So 2 wounds, no minus.
3 up save because I'm not in the train, so I don't get the benefits of cover.
You make them both anyway.
Happy days.
And then the cannon. This is the. I haven't used a Black Heart on this. Because that was the unit, so we roll that one. So 3 hits, no wounds.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, that's. Damn, I think is the correct word there, guys.
I think, to be fair, we've both had pretty lackluster shooting phases. I was hoping to have killed at least one of your big gunboats.
Yeah.
And you were hoping to kill that Morkanaut.
That is correct. So
Any
that's,
charges?
The Morkanaut's got how many wounds left?
He's got 3 wounds left. He's T8 with a 3 up save.
Yeah, I'm not going to get through him with blade veins.
Okay.
This lot's not going to charge. There's no point in charging, so it'll just toast me. And I don't really see much point in charging
the cans. There's a lot of wounds there.
Yeah, because
And they get to hit you
of the mob. They're not allowed to go through there. So at the end of that turn, guys, I have successfully got 3 table quarters for
you get 2 points
for
engage.
engaging on fronts. And I have completed an Octarius data retrieval in the ruins here with my witches. Obviously no points for that yet. And bring it down, all but.
Not quite.
But not quite. So that, guys, is my turn. We will come back to you with Harry's turn 2 and count up how many points he has scored. Back with you in just a moment.
Right then, so end of Orcs turn 2. Movement, sorry. Yeah, Orc turn 2 movements. Realistically, I was looking at it, as much as I want to call a war, I'm going to have to hold off because this stuff here just isn't ready for it. There are some bits we'll get in combat, but not enough of it will, I don't think.
Yeah, it's one of those things I think that you can supplement with psychic powers for the time being. It's really hard, but we were just talking off camera. It's almost stupid that Drukhari now round 2, I'm getting advance and charge for the entire rest of the game for an army who isn't solely based around combat.
Whereas I'm really only based... I can do a bit of shooting, but primarily a combat army only gets advance and charge for 1 turn.
Yeah, it feels like GW have missed a trick with the Orc book.
And that's why I feel like it's more Necron tier than, say, Drukhari tier, because that core gimmick, if it was a whole game thing, would be really good, but because it's limited to 1 turn, it just stops it, because Toby could very easily have baited me out with, say, a couple sacrificial units, and then I just wasted a really important once per game ability.
It's one of those, I'm starting to, obviously I'm not an Orc player, but I'm starting to lean towards the fact that I think Orcs might have been slightly stronger in their old book. Without the beast snaggers,
potentially,
I think there's too much emphasis on the beast snaggers if you don't like the aesthetic or the army. But anyway, that's not the delayed game.
round's
So,
over.
what's we moved? What's
If
happened?
we start from this end and work our way up.
Yep.
Ork boys here, they have just moved up and they are going to be within Dakka range and charge range of those bikes. So if I can just get you off there, that objective becomes fairly happy for me. This got the boys here and the weird boy have just edged into the room and they are staying there for the time being. Don't see the need for them to actually get out any more than they already are.
No, not for the time being. And the big boy stomped forward.
Yep, he's on 3 wounds left. We were saying off camera, someone like Mech Boss Buzzgob from Forge Worlds, because he's a super big mech, he heals 3 wounds a turn. Plus he's got his 2 grot helpers, so healing 4 wounds a turn for 2 turns, and then 3 wounds after. Suddenly you're going to start getting your points out of him.
Plus the ballistic skill modifier.
Plus with the
plus 1 to hit.
Plus 1 to hit that you can give anything up to a Morkanaut.
It just means you've got to paint some more resin.
Yeah.
Oh, kit bash one.
Yeah, I could kick bash one actually. Anyways,
Yeah, we got off topic again.
Makari have advanced
Where's Makari?
behind.
Oh yeah, Gaz is so chunky that you can't see him.
So Makari is giving both boys mobs feeling the pain for the time being, and Gaz rolled a 1 for his advanced roll. And
Again.
Yeah, but I'd rather save the CP for some stratagems rather than having to do another command reroll. Met gun stay where it is, can see the Ravager. This one stay where it is, can see the Raider. Grots, they're just going to stay on the objective. They're within 3 inches and they're out of 3 inches to stop giving that Met gun a -1 to hit.
Yep. Top of Mate hasn't moved either.
Met gun has shot the, has moved in so he can see the Ravager, same as last
Ravager,
time.
Venom. He's got options.
He's got a couple of options. 2 Death Dreads have moved around. They're going to toast some things and then probably shoot. These boys here have also moved in. They're going to try and... I've got to deal with the Incubi at some point, so I might as well do it on my terms.
Yep.
The Commandos have come on from Strategic Reserves into a no man's land area, and they are doing Retrieve Octaris in that corner.
Yep, so that's what the Orc dice there is signifying, guys.
And last but not least, the Killer Cans are going to bully that Venom.
You want to kill the Venom in shooting and then be able to chop the Cabalites in combat.
Realistically, yes. Worst case scenario, I can always send in the 4 Scorchers into there as well because they are 12-inch range.
Yeah, now you've finally got proper flamers.
Yeah. Or I can chuck the Met gun in. There are options.
Yep, so I believe you're about to try and summon the powers of the Warp.
Yes, so...
Go on to the Psychic phase?
Not the Warp.
Wow, same thing.
Yeah, it's same thing, like the Space Wolves. They do use the Warp.
Yeah, powers of Fenris on a different planet. Well done, guys.
So Weird Boy is going to try and cast Warpath.
So he's tucked in that ruin there, guys.
So he's right there. Does go off.
So what was that? Who they was on to?
That's going to go on the Shooter boys.
Cool. So that
Because
makes
they don't have the +1 attack for the Slugga and Choppa, it means that should, say, a couple survive, they should be dead.
Yep.
Those things. I think we'll come back with shooting. I just need to divvy up where I want to chuck stuff.
Yep.
Back in a sec.
It's the Dakka phase.
Part 1, Dakka phase. So, if we start off in the far corner, the Killer Cans are going to try and take out that
Venom. Good luck to them, sir.
Best thing to do. So we'll start off with the rocket launcher.
So don't forget inbuilt -1 to hit because Venom.
Whatever. D3 shots from the rockets. 1 shot.
1.
Hit on 5. Hits.
This per can.
Only 1 can's got a rocket launcher.
Okay, fair enough. I assume they were all the same.
Does wound.
Okay.
-2.
So it'd be a 5-up save on the shield. Saved.
2, 4, 6, 3, 6, 9, 10. That's a shame because that would have been flat 3 damage.
Yeah, wow.
Big shooters. 1 hit. That's a really poor roll to be
That
fair.
is a pretty abysmal roll, to be fair.
Does wound
wound.
though.
And anyone AP?
No AP.
Cool, so I think that's a 4-up. Well, 1 is definitely a fail, so 1 damage.
So the rockets don't do anything, but the guns do.
Yeah,
sure.
so that's them fired now, sir.
That's the cans fired.
Cool.
Bit of a shame, but
I'm
hey,
going to pop that up there for the sake of the Venom.
probably means that you are going to pile out onto that objective. But hey ho, I can't do much more than that.
No, you can try and scream me off with the objective, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
Yep.
If we start with this first mech gun here,
Yep.
that is going to shoot into the Ravager over there.
Yeah. There's no minus there.
Do you lightning fast on it?
That one's already wounded, so no, I won't.
Okay.
Just try and get up
So-
something else.
D3 shots. 3
Should have done
shots. Hitting on 4s. Shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And when you're on freeze, does wound.
5 up. Hoi!
Blast. We'll then go on to the second mech gun, which is going to shoot exactly the same one.
Oh, they blast out of interest.
They are blast.
Okay, just out of interest.
What it means is if you tag them, they can't shoot.
Yeah.
One shot.
But if you're going into like custodes or something, it's not custode. Something a bit heavier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thunder with cavalry.
Yeah, you could get them off there. Those two mech guns, bit lackluster. We'll do the third and final one. Is going to go into that raider.
Yep.
Once again, or do you want to do lightning fast?
No. It's...
One shot. Does hit. Does wound.
Watch it blow up now.
Cool.
It goes through.
D6 damage.
Yeah, that's alright.
Do we do a CP reroll for that?
I don't know, Harry. Do you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You know what's going to happen now, don't you?
Yeah, it's going to be a 1.
That's 3.
One
Slight
more.
improvement. So he's still alive.
Well,
Nice.
actually, what that does mean now, which is quite good, it means that I will probably put in the 2 twin big shooters into that and just clink off that last wound. Because it's
3 wounds. He had 6 left.
only 6 left.
Yeah.
Ah,
down
okay.
3
I'll
wounds.
chuck some other stuff in there then.
Then you can just put the big shooter in. I won't mind.
Sure.
It's not like I've got a lot of nasty witches and a rather tasty succubus in there.
I'm not within range of the venom over there, so we'll just put the
All the blobber boys.
6,
I'm not liking those bike's chances.
18, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5.
I wish someone released an official dice rolling app.
They used to, but because they don't support it anymore,
Yeah, it's,
can't get it. So 30 shots into those bikes. You are in the dense terrain, so it's hitting on 6s.
I think you're being very generous to me there, Harry. Toughness 4.
T4, so 3 wounds.
Any minus on that?
No minus.
Cool, so 4
And,
ups.
3 ups because you're in cover.
Doesn't make a difference. So
One bike's dead.
1 drops. I will, in that case, will kill the, I think they're called Arena Champions. I will keep my Heat Lance and Grav Talon alive.
So you're no longer on the objective, but you are out. You are further charge range away.
Yeah, because I think you're going to charge me regardless, so it's...
Yeah, makes sense.
I'd rather have him alive.
Plus also the mission ability, you're still on that.
Yeah, if you fail the charge, yeah. So in Vital Intelligence, guys, if you move away from the objectives, you still hold them. So he was still holding that objective. So if Harry fluffs the charge, then I'm at least scoring primary points. But if he makes a charge, it makes a difference whether I took one away or
Not.
which one. So
We'll then do the 2 rocket launchers from the Boyz mob in the centre into Draz's Venom.
okay, so obviously -1 because
So
Venom.
2d3 shots,
Nice.
6 shots.
They packed the prickly warheads today.
They did. Hitting on 6s. 1 hit.
Well, they're pretty close, I suppose. Toughness 5, I think, on a Venom.
Freeze to wound. Does wound. -2.
So it'll be 5 up shield. Nope.
Nope.
Damage.
Flat 3.
Oh, okay, cool. So he's got 3 wounds left on that Venom.
Cool.
Is that all that's firing at him, sir?
Yes, because I forgot to declare the pistols.
If you want to use fire them, fire them. I'm not gonna...
No, it's fine. It's fine. I need to remember.
Oh, okay, your choice. Gaz? No, you advanced.
Gaz advanced.
Back weapon's not being assault. Doesn't make no sense for all.
Yeah, that's the thing that really sort of scuppers them. Hence why the boys here have just moved, not advanced.
Yeah. So what's left to fire, dude? Big
just
boy
Walknut.
and Dreadies.
Yes, the
Death
dreads. Death dreads. You know what?
Do you want to fire the big guy first and think about it at the same time?
I think what we'll do is if we drop dice. If we cut back in a sec, I'm gonna have a bit of work out of ranges and we'll go from there. I think.
Oh, okay. Back with you in just a mo. Well, ignoring the seagull outside, we are ready with some Daka. So, Harry, what are we doing? Scorching the Venom?
Yes, so we've
Yeah.
just rolled them off shot whilst we were
Yeah,
liberating.
so everything that's got random number of shots has been pre-rolled for ease of filming.
So both of the Death Dreads have put all 4 red scorches into that venom.
Yep, so it was 12 shots in total, just below average.
Wounding on 4s because they have strength 5 and your T5.
Yep, assault heavy flamers. My salamanders are not jealous.
That's actually pretty good.
That's
very
fine.
good.
How many was that, Harry?
That is 7 at -1.
7 at -1, so 7 5-ups.
That's him dead, because he's got 5
wounds left, yeah.
Does he blow?
Does he blow? Oh. No. Then the squad inside, there are 5 Cabalites in there. I will get enough dice eventually. They're all okay, so we'll get them out in a second.
We'll discard them in a bit.
And then we have...
That's quite good, because that now means that I should have that objective.
Almost certainly, because I think the objective is the wrong side of me.
I am going to be assaulting them with the killer cans.
Yeah, so I have to get out this side,
Yeah.
because I can't get out through the cans. So it's
looking quite...
Unless you can't kill 5 Cabalites of killer cans in combat.
Well, they've got 3 attack space, 4 attacks because there's 3 of them. That's 12 attacks hitting on 4s.
You should be able to,
5s if you
should be able to kill them.
Faster. Should be good.
Yep, this squad, this
Another big Morkanaut. So
this is your last thing to fire at this point, I believe.
This is the last thing to fire.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we are going to do the all the custom mega weapons. So the 2 of those are going into the top raider up there, just because I now need to start killing some.
Yeah. So I will spend lightning fast on the top one up there because he's currently undamaged.
Sure. So
down 2 CB.
We've got the 4 shots. I roll pitifully for the big gun.
Yep.
On the
Ravager.
That's him.
So hitting on 6s. 2 hits.
Cool. Freeze to wound. 2 wounds.
5 of him done. Make 1, fail 1.
D6 damage. 4.
Which has taken 4 so far.
4 seems to be my go-to number.
It does. It does.
2 shot. I didn't roll any 1-0 with that, so hasn't taken any more wounds because he could kill himself.
That is possible, actually. Yeah.
So 2 shots. Like
there
that.
you go. So that's.
Well, he's only they only take 1 wounds.
So, like 1 wound per weapon, is it?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So down to 2 wounds and misses.
2 shots from the rockets are going to go into that raider.
Yep. So this is a 5s to hit.
1 hit.
Yep.
Does wound.
Cool, that guys. I'm just putting a tracker next to them. So
-2.
-2.
Cool, and that's flat 3 damage.
On the raider.
Yeah.
Raider's dead. Does it explode? Does not. We'll roll the guys inside guys because I can't collect 11 dice at the moment. Is that all your weapons were declared,
Yes,
isn't it?
because I declared all 20 dash shots into twin big shooter, just in case.
Just in case. So that is end of turn, or are you charging? Oh, you're not charging over there, aren't you?
I've got a couple of charges.
So end of phase. So let me get models out, guys, and then we'll come back with the Orc charge and combat phases. So Witches and Succubus have gotten out over here. Excuse the unpainted drug markers, guys. Haven't got around to them yet. And then over here, the Cabalites have jumped out of the venom as it explodes around them behind the pipe. Yes, the pipe means it's easier to charge, but I can set to defend if I wanted to. And quite honestly, I just need some possibility to escape from them. I don't want to get wrapped in there just in case they fluff.
Makes sense.
Harry, charges, mate. Where are we going? What are we doing?
I'm half tempted. I probably could have called a bar at this point.
Well, you don't really need to, though, because you've got...
Shouldn't.
What you're hitting shouldn't survive...
True.
What you've got.
So if we start off, we're going to start off with the killer cans and just work our way down.
Yep. So
do you
these
want to Overwatch?
No, because they're a mob of 3. If they were standalone, I might have done it because the blaster could potentially kill one of them.
Yep.
Because what, 6 wounds a pop?
There's 5 wounds a pop.
Yeah. So if it was a 3 standalone cans,
Yep.
yes, but it's not, so I'm not going to.
Fair enough. So they're in.
Yes, they really couldn't fail it.
Yeah. We'll then do the non-skull mask Death Dread.
Yep.
He's in.
Oh yeah. Is he charging just Draz's venom in the
Sorry, Draz's venom and the bikes, just so he can make his way around.
Yep.
The skull mask Death Dread is going to charge just Draz's venom.
Cool.
He's in.
Yep, with 5 easily.
We'll then do these boys here. They're charging both venom and the bikes, and I will probably need to reroll that.
Yeah. So here we go in. Here we go.
There we
Yeah.
Good.
Unfortunately, every time I play, all I can hear is Mario's voice. Completely makes the orcs less scary if you think about it.
We'll then go for these squad of shooter boys. Crikey, I'm doing you, Toby.
Yeah, it's usually me smashing over terrain.
So
For change, it's only your own models you hurt. It's usually me breaking everyone's.
so these squad of shooter boys are going to go into that Dark Lance.
Heat Lance.
Heat Lance, one of the 2.
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, they're in.
They're in. Why can't I have this against Chris's game?
I don't know.
And
You're charging a lot more things, so you've got more chance.
And then the Morkanaut is going to play it safe and just go in against the Venom. As much as I'd love to do the Shocker Hull on those Blood Brides, I think it's better against the Venom.
There's a good chance the witches will kill the...
Yeah, there is a very good chance. So, 7.
You should make that.
He's in.
Cool.
That is it. We'll move all
Everything.
the orcs in, and we'll come back.
2 seconds, guys. I'm back with you. Right, guys. So Harry's
I've actually
been.
made some charges.
We have. There's a lot of charges gone off. Everything's in. So we've got a mass brawl going on here, and a little brawl going over there,
Tiny weeny one.
and an even smaller brawl going on over here.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever that's going to be. So Harry's been a bit tactical, realising, because we've remembered the new rules around always fights first.
Yeah.
So with my being Cult of Strife, I always fight first. Harry charging, always fights first. So it's going to be alternating on those, starting with Harry. So he's going off with a big blob of boys into here. So we would have 30 attacks going into the bikes.
So it's 30 Slugga and Choppa attacks, 3 attacks from the big chopper, and then there's 5 attacks from leftover boys which have to go into the venom.
Yep. So that's that. I've played lightning fast reactions on the bikes just because they're toughness 5 with their combat drugs.
Yep.
So I'm getting Harry to hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. Probably won't make a difference, but we'll see what happens.
It's better than nothing.
Exactly. So we're doing this in multiple sets. This is the big chopper first.
So the big chopper first because it's damage 2. If I can kill one wholesale, happy days.
Yep.
So hitting on 4s,
Yep.
6s explode.
I've forgotten that.
2 hits. I'm strength 8, 2s to wound.
I'm touch as 5. Freeze to wound.
5.
Yeah.
So 3s to wound. 2 wounds.
Minus
Minus 1.
5 ups. The fail both.
Cool. That's
So
2 damage.
So 2 dead. Think about it. CP might be wasted there, guys.
And well, to be fair though, that's the big chopper. The big chopper hadn't hit. There's a lot more.
Yeah, that is true.
So first round, hitting on 4s.
Made a bit of difference there.
That did make a big difference.
Are
Significant.
you strength 5 as well?
I'm strength 5 on the charge.
Yeah, that's right.
So 2 hits from being a Goff,
Yep.
and then 4s.
I assume it's unmodified 6s.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
And modify 5s and 6s. So that is 5 wounds at minus 1 AP.
Cool. Oh, to be a salamander. Nope, dead.
He's dead. Cool. We'll then do the 5 attacks into Drass's venom.
Yep.
So hitting on, you're not minus 1 in combat, are you?
No.
So hitting on 3s. Sure. 4s to wound.
Sis.
No wounds.
Cool. So bikes are dead.
Cool.
We'll
Do you want to
remove.
hit back with the?
I've got the one biker down here.
Yeah.
So he had. Oh god, I've got the wrong page open on the Codex. Sorry, guys. Reavers. He is 3 attacks. And you haven't got any minus to hit or anything like that. You're not a
No, I'm
Eldari.
smart enough to do that.
Nope. So that is unfortunately 1 wound.
And they're just sixes of wounds.
No, so 1 hit. Sorry. Strength. I think it's going to be strength 5. Strength toughness 3. Oh, strength 4. So it's going to be 4 to wound. 5 to wound you. No wounds.
Cool.
That's helpful.
Well,
You're next.
Yeah. So we've got the 30 attacks from down there because it's 2 attacks base plus 1 for Warpath. So
Yep. So good old dice collection time.
we'll do 3 lots of 5 again. Sorry, 2 lots of 15.
So this guy's only
And then
toughness.
minus one to hit.
No.
Yeah.
So this guy's only toughness 4 as well because he has combat drugs with
Freeze
movement
wounds.
and weapon skill. Bliss skill
That's
even.
much better. So
How many
that
was
is 7 wounds.
I don't know how many I've got in my hand here, but he's dead.
Cool.
So that is the bikes removed. Oh dear.
I feel a bit more confident now that you've lost some there. We'll do the killer cans next. Why not?
Okay, yeah, cans.
So they're 3 attacks base. Mainly the reason I've said we're doing those first because I've got the sheet up.
Fair enough.
So that is 4 attacks because there are 3 of them.
Yep.
I'll just check it. Scragum. Whilst contains 3 or more models, add 1 to attack characteristics. Fantastic. So 12 attacks hitting on 4.
Why I was really hoping to kill one in the shooting phase, guys.
They're not, unfortunately,
They're not Goffs.
they're not Goffs.
Nope. I'm quite glad of that.
2s to wound.
Strength 6, are you? Or better.
Strength 8.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, 2 to wound. Okay.
And I am minus 3 damage. Minus 3.
Okay, so how many is that?
That's 7 again.
Cool. So this is going to be on the 6 up power from pain invuln. Squad. Ooh.
Ooh.
Squad.
So wiped.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm not putting the cap. Put it there, please. Close, but no scar.
And they're,
So
flat 3 damage each.
yeah. So that is the cavalry's dead. The bike's dead. Now we just have the death dreads.
Yes. Might as well roll them both together because there is
Same profile?
same profile and you're not interrupting at all. So they've got
No, there's entirely no point.
3 attacks base, +2 for each combat arm. So they are each running at 5 attacks.
Lovely.
So hitting on freeze. And they are Goffs.
Oh dear. What? Have you bought new dice?
No,
I've never seen you roll this well.
I'm actually quite happy with myself in this situation.
I would be.
But bear in mind, these are the same dice that also
Killed many a guardsman with blast
killed
rifles.
many guardsmen and also failed many charges. So that's
True.
pickle. I'm strength stupid at this point. I'm strength 11 because technically they're Goffs.
Okay, so
2,
that's
4, 6, 8, 10, 11 saves, please.
11 saves. This could be fun. So 6 ups from the Power from Pain.
No.
Well, it's not a bad effort, but
It's not bad.
how many was flat 3 damage, you see?
Flat 3 damage, how many is that?
9, 18, 22 damage. Yeah,
21 damage.
21 damage, 6 wounds.
I think it might be dead.
I think it's probably dead.
Do you want to explode?
It'd be nice to explode. But let's see if I dropped that dice. Let's see, explode. No. Right, guys, so we will work out whether I can get out, whether I'm doing emergency disembarkation.
You'd roll to do your dies, twist their ankles first.
Yeah, so there is 6 of them in there, including Drazar. 2 incubi kill themselves on the way out. I'm not killing Drazar.
No, he can actually get up for once.
Then we'll work out whether I can emergency disembark, and we'll come back to you probably at the end of Drukhari movement turn 2.
Yes.
Back with you in a moment, guys. Okay, guys, so you might notice something's missing on the table. We forgot there was a combat to go, and we thought, it's just a Venom fighting a Morkanaut. What can happen? The Venom killed the Morkanaut.
It did.
With a combination of chain snares, giving extra attacks, being in battle round 2, which then means that being Black Heart, Flensing Fury comes into play, giving +1 to hit on the melee. Then rolled a 6 on one of damage rolls, which means it was -2. Harry then failed one of his armor saves there, because we got 2 wounds through. Sorry, should have mentioned that, guys. Harry re-rolled one of his saves and failed again to cause the last 2 wounds. So the Morkanaut died, didn't explode. The boys got out. None of them. The Burna boys.
Burna boys didn't get out. Got out, but none
of them died. What else happened? Oh, then over here, we got everybody out. I managed to get the incubi out, who then got tagged by the Jeffrey with the white face mask.
Yeah.
And then managed to, they got tagged there, did a couple of wounds on him, forgetting they effectively have disgustingly resilient arm shackle. And then Drazar managed to get out this way, between the 2 bases, because the arms don't count. And then has gone, in his movement phase, has gone chasing some killer cans. Rest of the movement wise, the incubi, as I said, are tagged in combat with these
Death Dreads.
Death Dreads, that's the word I'm looking for.
That's the reason for it, because I didn't want you running around with, even 3 incubi are very nasty.
They are, but obviously with their Tormentor rules, I can make all that lot fight last, which is quite nice. I've got a unit of Cabalites which got out of this Venom up top, and now say deploying Scramblers, they're not, they're retrieving Service Skull. What they're going to do with it, I really don't want to know. They're retrieving a Tyrus Data here. The Archon has also gotten out, and so he's got a blast pistol in range of this Morkanaut here. That's the one.
Morkanaut's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, this Death Dread. And he has a charge onto the other Dread here, or the cannon here, depending on what's happening in the wider game. So that's him sorted out on this side. This Venom has moved up slightly just to get rapid fire range onto the boys squad here with the rifles. And is a bit of a screen for Big Mushroom himself, who's slowly making his way down the table.
Hopefully he'll get there.
We still got some firing lanes set up with the Ravagers, they've not really moved. The Witch Squad that was in the ruins here, because I can leave the objective marker without basically sacrificing victory points, they've advanced over to here, just getting ready to then move into the next table quarter, hopefully next turn, and get me another...
Retreat with Tyrus.
Yeah, Retreat with Tyrus. Another service goal. In the middle here, the Scourge have moved forward to get some better firing lanes, because with their main target dead, they've just shuffled forwards a bit.
Try and go after Gaz, probably.
Gaz, Mech Guns, Death Dreads, we'll see. They're probably one of the last things to fire. They've obviously they're only hitting on 4s now because of moving and heavy weapons, but regardless. We've got a succubus and a blood brides who are set up to do many horrific things depending on what happens. Basically, it's kill Burna boys with shooting.
Yep.
Between the Cabalite squad and the Venom here, hopefully we can remove them. If we don't, we've then got some pistols in range of them, hopefully. If they are dealt with sooner, we can then shoot and charge the guys and the boys in the ruins here and hopefully blend to them. And the succubus is going to get in on that party, is the plan. So, we can go straight on and do some shooting if you want, Harry.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
So, we're going to start on the far side here. Draz has no guns, Incubi have no guns. We have a squad doing actions who can't do anything. So, we're on to the Archon, who's going to put a blast pistol into the Death Dread there. So, he has Hatred Eternal, so he hates everything, which means he's effectively a Necron Destroyer. Hits.
Does wound.
Does wound. 6d6 damage.
Yep. Do you get d6 plus 2?
No, it's not. It's a mini pistol anyway.
Okay.
But 3 damage. Which is
that does kill it.
Aren't you ramshackly?
No, because it's strength 8.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I get ramshackle on strength 7 or less.
Fair enough.
Does he explode?
No, he implodes. So the Archon has
him.
taken his first kill, which is very nice for me.
That's
You got him.
One.
There's your dice, sir. I'll roll that over there for you. We'll then go on to Venom up top here.
You're just going to pepper some boys.
Because the boys are not in combat.
No.
So we have got the 3 shots from the Splinter Cannon, or hit. Are we counting that barricade as dense? Is that dense?
No, it's just ruins.
Just ruins, cool. So force to wound you with poison. So that is 2 saves at -1, but you will obviously get
I get
rebalancing.
back t-shirts. Nope.
2. And then the
dead.
rifles. I will whatever it's called.
Black Heart.
That's the one. 4s. Ooh, 4 no minus this time. So you've got your improved t-shirt. Canvas t-shirt rather than linen.
5s. Save 1.
Cool.
3 more dead. So that is 5 in total that have failed. Excuse the camera there.
So this Ravager at the back here, well, I just checked to see whether how degraded he is in terms of his ballistic skill.
Where's he going to go?
He has, how many wounds has he got left, Harry? He's
got 7 wounds.
So he's still up for his full ballistic. He is going to actually fire into the cans.
Okay,
Down that
try and
line.
make Draz's job a little bit easier.
Yeah, so if we can pop one of them, it'd be nice. So hitting you on freeze. I'll reroll off the Black Heart. Every time. Freeze, I presume, to wound you.
Yeah.
So it's 2 go through.
I do get a 6-up save though because I am behind that
Yes, you are.
bit of cover.
So 2 saves.
And you rolled high enough that it wouldn't matter for dents.
No.
So 6s.
No. So
First guy.
first one. 6 damage.
Yeah, 6 d3 plus 3.
Second one.
D3 plus 2. That's 5 wounds. They've got 5 wounds. They got 5 or 6 wounds.
I think we said they had 5.
Bear
I think we
with 2
checked it.
secs. You get a nice pan over the battlefield. 5 wounds pops. That is 2 cans destroyed from that Ravager.
Yep. So
That's not good.
it makes me feel happier. Then we will go on to Ravager up top here.
Yep.
He is going to put. I have to start hurting Gaz, although I really want to start popping some mech guns because they're worrying me that Gaz is too close for comfort. So 3 shots into Gaz. Or hit.
Yep, because you're full health.
Toughness to go. He can be freeze to wound you.
Freeze to wound.
1 wound. That's not so good. So
4 a pin bun.
blessed by Mork and or Gork.
No. I will spend a CP to reroll that.
Cool.
Because if I need to force you onto more.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Does save it.
That's worth it.
So I've lost 5 and I'm down a CP just so I can remember things.
Cool. Lost 5?
Lost 5
Oh, the
boys
boys.
in the centre.
Cool. This Ravager at the back, he is going to actually fire through at the mech gun.
That one there.
Yep. So hitting you on freeze.
Right.
Wounding you on...
You're not
eight.
strength 10,
No.
so it would be
Freeze.
wound.
2 wounds.
Get a save and then I've got 5. That's it dead.
Is it dead? So that's
Does it
another one.
explode? I don't know. We'll find out in a sec. That's fine.
So that's me happy on that front. Then we've got Scourge.
Into Gaz.
Into Gaz. The Solitaire, if he's in range, which I think he will be, will go into the boys with his
Yep.
Shard Carbine. But the 4 Lances hitting on 4s.
Oh dear. Have they got Black Heart?
No, because they are Blades for Hire.
Whilst we do it, I'm just going to grab the... Is it 18?
18 on the Shard Carbine. He's the guy at the
you're
front. So it's salt free. All hits. It is poison 4+. 2 wounds. I don't believe there's any save on a minus on it. Shark line minus no minus 1 damage.
Cool. 5 saves. 1 saved.
Cool.
And I get a Makari. Is it how many damage?
1.
1. 6 at Makari.
Hey, you got a Makari. So we're still moving way down here. We will ignore the witches for the time being because this is a bit more important. So we have got first up the squad inside the venom.
Melter one.
I am going to put a blaster into the
Boyz. Burna Boyz.
Burna Boyz. That's the word. Hits.
That's it.
Wounds, I presume.
Yes, I was about to say choose to wound, but no, freeze to wound.
Yeah, because you are now
T5.
top 5. One is
The spanner's going to die.
Spanner's dead. Then the
That'll be him gone.
rifles.
Yes.
So, bar 1. I shall re-roll for.
Black Heart for the sake of it.
Nope, because every single one, I think, so far. Force to wound you. So that's 4 more saves and no minus.
6s. T-shirts.
Yep.
That's squad wiped.
Okay.
Cool.
Then we will work out. I'm not in 12 inches. That's not need to work that out at all. So all the firepower from the rest of the actual venom itself is now going to go into Ruin Boys.
Yep.
Because I don't think I can see the guys over there, and I don't want to take the -1 from them. So the rifles. No, let's do the cannon first. It's more powerful. Black Heart. Because this is the venom, not the squad.
Yep.
3 saves at -1.
6s.
6s.
Cool. And these are 2 damage.
These are 2 damage pop.
So first one. Nope.
Nope.
And second one.
Nope.
So that's 2 more dead.
Yep.
So haven't lost any from them just yet. So
Nope.
it is just the two dead Orc boys.
And then the 2 rifles underneath. I did Black Heart, didn't I? Let's say I did, can't remember. 4s, so it's 1 more save, no minus this time.
Nope.
And there's 1 damage this time.
Makari. Yay!
Makari did he?
Makari's done it.
Sweet. If you're right up against the
I'm
thing,
not.
You're not?
No, I've got about an inch behind.
Cool. So what's the range on a grenade?
8 inches.
I can't remember. I don't throw grenades very often. And I'm just quite impressed I've actually even remembered that they've got grenades, to be perfectly honest with you, Harry. A plasma grenade is 6 inches on them. They're a bit weedy, so they can't fire them very far. So we have a total of 9 splinter pistols in that case.
Because
1 more dice.
Twist her ankle getting out.
Yep. And these will be going into that squad in the ruins. Hitting you on 3s. Wounding you on 4s. So that is 2 saves, no minus.
5s. Okay, and 6 up save. Okay, 1 more die, so.
Cool. I forgot Phantasm Grenade launchers, but I think they're out of range of everything anyway, so oh well. That, I believe, is all my shooting, Harry. You'll be pleased to hear.
Yeah, because the Scourges missed.
Yep.
That bullet and that gun. I think that might be it. Yeah. Right, what we'll do now is I
can do some chart.
I'll take up the stuff on the board, and then I will we can go on to charges.
Cool.
So we'll see you in a bit.
Okay, so the charge phase is set. First of all, we're going to have Drazar, who can't fail that charge, but we want to see how far he can go. 5 inches.
He can go enough.
So he can go basically over the thing, round to there, to be on that objective if I kill the can.
So, which he probably will. It's Draz.
It should be able to. If he doesn't, there's something seriously wrong. The Archon is going to charge into the Skullface
Death Dread.
Death Dread. I don't know what he needs, but we'll roll a dice. On a 6, I'm pretty certain that will make it.
I don't know. It looks a bit longer than a 6.
On a 6-inch charge, I will get within an inch.
We get an inch?
Yep.
Okay, then you're in there.
Because of his claw, I'll basically be there, which is an inch.
And those with Death Dread you measure to the base.
Yeah.
So you're still fine. It's
I'm still within half it. Yeah, it's just the claw sticks out in the way it's angled. We then have the Succubus, Super Succubus. Guess what number of dice represent, guys? She is going to be charging into the boys in the ruins. I'm going to spend a CP on the flawless approach stratagem from the Book of Rust, which allows me to basically
ignore it.
Harry can't overwatch against her, and he can't set to defend against her either.
Which would have been nice.
Which would have been nice. So Harry's really hoping I fail this. On a 5, I think I probably have, because I'm assuming you're not right by that post.
Not by the wall. No, that's a fail.
So I will spend a CP to reroll that, of course. A 6, that will probably do it.
Yeah, that should get her in. Yeah, that gets you into Gaz. Not Gaz, Ghazghkull.
And then, so she has her many attacks. The witches will then follow her through the wall.
I think it's a 6 or something like that.
7, they will be in there. So the blood brides will be fighting through the wall. Basically, I think they technically be the other side of the wall, but that's really awkward.
Wall, but for the sake of...
They have the movement to do it, but rather than lifting the terrain up and getting them in and moving the boys, it's just easier for the time being to put them there.
Yeah.
So, Harry, how many CP do you have at the moment?
I have got 5 CP.
Okay, so in that case, I will fight with the Zzapkrumpaz first.
Yeah. So if you can chop down a bunch of them.
Yeah, they will far away. This will make a big difference, I think, really, guys, more than anything. So, move those out of there. She hits on 2s. Take out those 1s.
Problem is, if competitive edge, those are extra attacks.
Yeah, but they don't split out again, thankfully.
Yes,
anymore. So she is strength 3 base, but I have given her the razor flails. It doesn't make a difference in this case, but I've given her the relic with +1 strength and +1 damage. So she's actually at strength 4.
Still
doesn't make a difference, but
it's a +1 damage, which does help.
Yeah. So wounding on 5s. So 2 wounds go through at this point.
Oh jeez. All those have to go through again.
Yeah, that basically goes in that pile over here.
What's the AP of them?
AP is -1, but that is at -2.
Cool. So I don't get a save. Excuse the camera. I've just knocked it. So for the 6th one, I need 2 feel no pains of a 6 from Makari.
Yep.
Nope. And I will have a -1. I don't get a save, so actually I need. No, Makari has failed to keep 2 of them alive.
Cool. Now this lot roll again.
Yes.
So the old version of ruling this, would I double this again? No. Silly. So all hit.
It's 5 to wound here, which really does help.
Yeah.
That
has really, really helped you. So -1 on those and -2 on those.
Doesn't matter either which way, so we'll just do 3 lots of... So, first one. Nope. Second one. Nope. And final one. New.
Are you interrupting, Harry?
I will interrupt. So they've lost 5.
One thing I need to quickly do.
Yeah.
Where are you interrupting?
Probably with the boys.
Okay, so because in that case we need to roll for tormentors on these. But if you're not interrupting, it doesn't make a difference. Over there, it doesn't make a difference.
No, honestly, I don't see the point. But I've lost 5 here.
Yep.
I will probably be doing. I'll be spending 4 of my 5 CP on Unbridled Carnage and interrupting. So 5s and 6s explode.
Okay, so I will aid and affect the Unbridled, whatever it's called, Carnage. So that means the next time you use it, you will have to spend an extra CP.
Cool, so that's free CP to do that.
Yeah, that's free of charge from me. Cool. And then I will spend another. Who are you attacking into?
The witches.
The witches. I will spend lightning fast on them.
Makes sense.
As you probably guessed.
Thankfully, though, I am next door to Gaz, so I do get rerolls to hit.
Cool.
We will come back in a sec. I've got a fair few attacks to pick up, and
do we want? I know it's out of sequence, but do we want to go on the ones I've prepared over there and just do the witches last? Because that was always the plan.
Yeah, we'll do that. makes sense.
We know that's going to happen. The witches are going to be striking after the boys. We know that's going to happen. But here we go, guys. So
Archon.
The Archon will be attacking the Death Dread. So he's hitting on 2s. It all hits.
Cool.
He'll be wounding on 5s because he's with the Gym Blade, but he'll be rolling because of his Eternal.
Cool.
Damn popper. So that is. I don't know what the minus on the Gym Blade is, Harry. Give me 2 seconds.
-4?
I presume so. One of them probably -5 given the Blade Artists on the 6s. The Gym Blade. -3.
-3, and then -4 on
-4 on the 6.
What's your lesson? So
yeah, this is flat 3 damage, reducing to flat 2 damage because of the
3 6-up saves then.
Yep.
Nope.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Explosion. No, explosion would have been good for you then because it would have got rid of the incubi.
Yeah, it would have been quite nice just to get some wounds off this lot here.
1 dirty.
Yeah.
There we go, sir.
Yep, cheers.
And that's the incubi not attacking now because of they were only into. I'm not piling into the boys because I can't attack them, so it's pointless for me to pile into them.
She does quite well for me.
Does quite well for you, and then it's just Draz into that camp.
I think it's probably called confusion.
So hitting on 2s, wounding you on
I'm 5.
Your toughness 5. I think he might be strength 5. But he's +1 to wound is the difference because of his own ability, because oddly enough that still affects him. So he'd be strength 6, the attack I'm using. So it'll be 2s to wound you because it'll be
+1 to wound.
Yeah. Am I doing that right? We say toughest say you are? Toughest 5?
T5.
Okay, so 2s to wound you. Those 2 6s are at -4.
What's the damage?
3.
Do not have any more wounds remaining. Explode. I'm 99% sure of explode. No.
It hasn't exploded.
And then just thinking about it, would the other 2 have exploded as well?
Other 2?
The other 2 that you knocked out with the Dark Lances?
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
There's a camp there, sir.
Cool. So that side's looking a little bit worse for wear now, but to be fair, the bits that have gone in and hit like a truck, so I'm not surprised about
Yeah,
that.
there's still a Gaz on the board.
There's still a gas on the board. On full health.
Yeah, so let's work out where your
Attacks are.
attacks go in the boys, and we're back with those dice rolls in a moment. Okay, so the orc dice have been sorted out. So we have most of the boys going into the Blood Brides, and then just the knob, was it, going into
there's 9 there in total. 7 of them are going into the witches. 1 of them has to stay out of engagement range to make sure that I'm still within 6 of Makari. To get 6 of Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
Because realistically, you will get some through, just to save a few. And then the knob with the big chopper is base to base with the succubus anyway, so might as well go into there.
That makes sense, dude.
So I've got 7 times
28 attacks.
21 attacks.
21 attacks.
Because I don't have 4 attacks actually.
Okay.
I've only got 3 attacks pop.
21 attacks going into the witches, who I've played lightning fast reactions on to try and keep them alive.
So they're hitting on 4s.
Yep.
5s and 6s explode because of Unbridled Carnage.
Yep.
And I get to reroll my hits because Gaz is next door.
Yep.
So
But you got the Gaz.
I am very glad, Gaz.
First time I said that for a while.
So those are good. Those are also very good. Come on.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right. The
There's a huge number of 2s.
There is a huge number of 2s there. So there are 7, so 3, 7. So I've dropped 2 out of all of that. It's all right.
I'm toughness 3.
3 to wound. Okay. So
How many
that's
is that, Harry?
4, 8, 12, 14 in total.
14 in total. So I have a 4-up Invan in combat, I think.
Yep.
So let's just roll these. So
That's
is
quite good. That's a
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So there is, in that case, there'll be 3 of them left. So that'll
better than nothing, to be honest.
So give us a second, guys, because I need to work out the number. You got the
I've got
succubus.
knob to do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So would an extra 3 attacks have saved me? I don't think it would. I would have rather. I think having the 6 at Feel No Pain is probably better. So knob, re-roll those. You might want to hit with her.
No.
Cool. Re-roll those 2 because of Gaz. 5s. Choose.
Yep.
Cool. That is 5 at -1.
5 -1. So on the inbound, I will re-roll that one because it's definitely cocked. That is 3 on 3 damage.
That's 6 damage.
That might be her dead, Harry. Let me just have a look. She has got 5 wounds.
Cool.
How many? What was the?
It's damage 2 a pop.
So I will receive a roll for one of them. 4. I think she's alive on
2 wounds.
2 wounds in that.
And she's got 5 wounds.
She's got 5 wounds. So
Okay,
she's
so
live on 1 wound.
Live on 1 wound.
Yep. So that makes me happier. So I'm down to 1 CP. But regardless of that, I think that was definitely worth it. So let us remove casualties on my side of things, and then we'll get some more dice back for the witches. Oh, this is a long old combat. Okay, so we have many dice ready for the witches. Combination of a good roll on the drugs, plus knives and everything else. So we're hitting you on 2s because these are blood brides. We're running 1s for the succubus. I missed that. That was a 1 in the fell in my hand. I'll re-roll him. Typical. These are strength 4, but it doesn't make a lot of difference.
5s to wound.
5s to wound.
To be honest, though, it would have made a big difference compared to the previous Orcs, though.
Yeah, so that is 5 at -4 because the Blood Brides have already
Cool.
been
So for what's your damage?
only one.
Cool. Come, Makari, do your job. No, you didn't do your job.
It's because they're not grots, Harry. If they were grots,
Cool. So that's
run more grots. You know this.
To be fair, I am thinking of adding another 12 grots to this army
Just for that.
for some secondary shenanigans.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. So we need to look at some morale as well.
Yes. Surprisingly, which I need a 1 on my morale
Yep.
for those. No,
You get a 5.
So 1 more dies. So that is there's 9 left. There's 1 more flee, so I've got to roll 4 dice.
Cool.
No combat modifiers though, because Gaz is next door.
Yep.
So 1s. I fell 1 more, so
there's
I'm
3
down
left.
to 3.
Cool. And at this point, I've lost 6. I've lost 6. No. 6 this turn.
Yeah, it's just the witches, because the Incubi wouldn't needed it last turn, wouldn't
No.
they?
So 6. I've got leadership 7. Leadership 8 with the. So I need a 1 or a 2. Yeah, a 2.
Of course you do.
The Boyz is happy. I think you get a +1 leadership. No, that's the Zzapkrumpaz get a +1 leadership. So that, I believe, is the end of my turn. So I've got quite a few bring it down points.
News it is
pardon?
for me.
Oh, yeah.
About it, because you didn't wipe out that squad of Orc boys. Hence why it was a good reason to interrupt. I get my 3 points for stomping good.
Yes, yeah. Annoyingly, I have got 1 CP left. Otherwise, I could fight again with no method of death beyond our grasp. But it is 2 CP. So I have to keep. It's a case of keep Zzapkrumpaz alive or fight again, unfortunately. But at the end of my turn, I'm in 1, 2, and 3 table quarters for engaged on all fronts. So that brings me up to 4 points on engaged on all fronts. And I've completed my second Octarius scan.
I almost got assassinate that turn as well.
You almost got assassinate. That is very true. But that takes us into Orcs turn 3.
Yeah.
And we're back with you in just a moment once that movement is complete.
Okay then, so end of movement for Orcs turn 3. I have called a wah, and we'll see how well it goes. There aren't as many boys to get the benefit from it, but we'll see. We'll see. So starting off, I got 450 in the primary just because I've managed to hold that middle.
Yeah, it's not looking great on the score for me, guys. And there's a big mushroom in my lines.
Yes, big mushroom. Happy days. So the shoot boys here have advanced, so I'm not going to be able to use their Daka weapons because
Stupid.
yeah. But the storm boys have jumped down behind them on that objective there to stop the venom from just doing a cheeky jump on.
Yeah, I mean there is Cabalites inside that could get out and charge and whatever,
Yeah.
but
It makes it's less of an easy.
yeah, I just can't plonk my bum on it and I've done with it.
Yeah.
So
And those storm boys are going to retrieve Octarius from within that corner.
yeah, hence the dice on top.
Boys here are going to stay in combat.
Yep.
The weird boy has pushed up as far forward just because I might as well hit something in combat if I can.
Yep.
Gaz has rolled a big old advance, so he's probably just going to attack some things. Who knows?
It's Gaz.
Exactly. Makari didn't quite keep up with him, so he's put himself behind the bit of dense barricades, we're calling it. And what I would probably end up doing is, because he's got Follow Me Lads, which gives units that charge those units +1 to their charge roll, he might as well go in
And help.
and help those Orc boys there.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Grots have just shuffled in a little bit more, just out of line of sight. Those commandos are going to try and take on Draz.
Good luck to them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the best thing they can do at this point. These boys here I haven't advanced them. I've just moved them up so that they can plink off some sluggers and some rocket shots.
You're hoping to get rid of the shadow field, basically, aren't you?
Yeah,
To get rid of
pretty
that.
much.
Two up in one. Ignore the incubi for the time being and see what happens, I guess.
Pretty much.
So, shooting, sir, are you ready?
Psychic first.
Psychic.
So-
as he's been in the building all game, I keep forgetting he exists.
Yes, the weird boy is within 18 inches of the boys over there, so he's going to try and cast Warpath on them.
Yep.
So on 6, does go off. And I no longer have 20 boys surrounding him, so he only gets to do the 1 power turn. But that +1 attack makes their
Makes
life
a lot of sense.
quite nice.
Yep. Next up, sir.
Shooting. We'll start off with the mech gun here.
Yep.
Going to continue firing shots at that Ravager, which doesn't seem to want to move.
No, the Ravager does this. See if they survive this turn.
So,
Sort of plan for them.
D3 shots. 3 shots.
Plan might fail.
Hitting on 4s. No, might survive.
Yeah.
Wounding on 3s. Does wound.
5 inland. Nope.
D6.
5. Ouch. So this is down to 2 wounds remaining. If I can find the 2, I will be very happy. How many did you sit? 5.
5.
Yeah, there's 2. And my brain went, roll the 6 over, there'll be a 1 underneath. And I was like, I don't want the 1. Just... Next
Now, at this point, I am going to actually swap targets, and this mech gun here is going to shoot that.
Ooh, Venom over here.
Venom over there.
Ooh,
Reason being
I
is
that one.
it just means that cuts out your maneuverability for that section. So, D3 shots. 1 shot.
5 this time.
Doesn't hit.
Nope.
No. Probably should have stuck with the other one. Anyways,
Hey ho.
boys in here will fire their pistols into the witches.
Yep.
1 hit. Doesn't wound.
Nope.
Cool.
Even toughness 3.
Yeah. The commandos are going to chuck a stick bomb at. Have they got stick bombs?
Yeah. Stick bombs.
They got stick bombs. They got stick bombs, which I'm 99% sure are exactly the same. Stick. Where are you? Stick bombs, strength 3, blast. Cool. So I'm just going to chuck those stuff at Draz.
Yep.
Because why not? 1 shot.
Yep.
Hitting on 5s. Does hit.
Accurate bomb. Toughness 4.
Doesn't wound. And then some sluggers. Both in the terrain feature here.
Yep.
So 2 hits. 2 wounds.
This is no minus on Slugga.
No minus.
Cool. I think he's got 2 up armor. So
Cool.
it's fine. I'll just double check that by meandering over here. He does.
Happy days.
Happy days indeed.
Now, it just pretty much leaves the boys in the centre.
Yep.
I've got 1 rocket launcher left from that set.
Yep.
So that rocket is going to go into those incubi.
Okay.
Just it's D3 shots.
Yep.
If I get lucky, I get lucky. Everything else is going to go into the
Archon.
Archon. That's the word.
That's fair enough, dude.
So D3 shots from the rockets. That is 3 shots.
Yep.
Nothing. Cool.
Cool.
And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 10 slugger shots, and I'll chuck a stick bomb as well because
Why not?
exactly, it's more shots.
Yep.
8, 10, D6 shots with the stick bomb, 4 shots. Hitting on 5s. Ooh, 2 hits.
Nice.
Force to wound, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah, toughness 3, so.
And then sluggers.
Cool hits.
It's all right.
For Orks, that ain't bad.
That's not bad at all.
The freeze to wound, I presume. Because I've seen it jump before.
Freeze to wound, that is 3 wounds.
Okay, ready. First one.
Of course.
Every single time. So 1 goes through. They have a base 4-up save.
No AP.
So 2 wounds off the Archon. Every single infernal time.
Oh, I love you, Orks.
So he's got 3 wounds remaining at this point.
Cool. And you've only got 1 CP, don't you?
Yes.
Cool. I think we just go on to charges now.
Cool.
I'm going to start off with Makari into both the Succubus and the Witches.
Yep.
No Overwatch?
No. Only one who could fire Overwatch is the Succubus who hasn't got a gun.
So, in between those 2,
Yep.
that now means that this squad here gets +1 to hit.
Yep.
+1 to hit, +1
1 to charge.
10
Didn't
each
need it.
charge. They are...
Quite happily and comfortably in there.
Yeah. 2. Yep. Yep. And yep, so they can all attack.
Yep.
Happy days. Commandos.
Charging
into Draz.
Yep.
They're in.
Yep. Gaz.
Move in a sec. Gaz, I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
We'll come back to him. The War Boss will go into the Archon
War Boss?
and... Not the War Boss, the
If they're all war bosses,
The Orc boys will go into the Archon and the Cabalites.
and the Capitalites, cool.
Yeah, because if that just gets rid of the troops unit for you.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're
They're
in.
in, definitely in.
And I can get as far away from the Cabalites as possible.
Incubi.
Incubi, those, yes.
Yeah.
Now, Gaz, interestingly, I'm going to charge both the Venom and that Ravager.
Okay, yeah, because of vertical engage.
Yep. And also, his weapons are probably better against those units than
Yep.
squishing.
I'm not going to bother overwatching because I can't kill him, so
Okay.
I'm better off running away from him. 6, I think you'll make that, dude, to the base
in,
of the,
yeah.
base of the ruin there.
Yeah, he's in.
So
Cool. That is
move
that.
things in and work out the order of affairs. One back in, new in just a mo, guys. Okay, guys, so the Orcs are in almost everywhere. We rolled for Drazar's Tormentors, and he has tormented the poor commandos, so they're fighting last. Then Harry has chosen, quite rightly, to fight with the Shoota boys first.
Because I don't fancy the witches taking a chunk out of them.
Yes, because the witches being... brain's gone. What are they called, Harry?
Strife.
Strife, yeah. But always counts fighting first, so it's alternating on the charges and them at the moment. So, which bits go first?
I've split this up in attacks. The three of the Shooter boys are going into Succubus because that's all they can hit. The other 7 are going into those 3 witches.
Yep.
You're not doing Lightning Fast. I'm not doing
no, I'm gonna-
Unbridled Carnage.
Nope. You can't do a Murder Carnage because it has
Exactly.
made it free CP and you've only got 2 left.
Yeah. That's a shame because there are a lot of 5s in there.
I'm quite glad you didn't. I'm also quite glad I didn't bother spending on Lightning Fast with the 1 free that you rolled.
Yeah. I'm not within 6 of Gaz anymore, so he is there. But there are 5 6s, so that is 5 additional hits.
Tesla Orcs, the scary thing.
And this is the thing. Is the issue that Orcs have is actually getting there.
Yeah.
Once they get there,
They chomp things in half.
all they do.
This is onto the witches, yeah?
Yes, that's 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 15 wounds.
I think I've got 10 in my hand here. They're dead, Harry.
Yeah, cool.
So witches are dead. Sorry, blood brides are dead. Then we've got succubus attacks. Well,
So 9 attacks into the Succubus. Once again, pretty good.
yep. Sorry about the Vandals arriving outside, guys, but not much we can do about it. Oh, that's a better for me. Still not great.
You've only got 1 wound, so that is 6 saves at 1.
She's dead.
Dead.
How did they roll there, Harry? That's 5.
Yep.
So roll the last one.
yeah,
She's dead.
Cool.
So that gives you some assassinate points.
It does, and
then-
it puts me favourably for something good.
Yep.
What we'll do is we'll come back in a bit with the attacks from all those Orc boys.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan. But so we're back with you when Harry has collected up many dice. Oh, don't look so happy, Harry. So this is a ridiculous number of attacks into the Archon.
Toby, you can't say anything. After the shenanigans that the witches just pulled out, you can't say
It's like
anything.
4 boys.
So, there are 6 boys going into the Archon. There are then 5 boys and a knob going into the Cabalites. Just to sort of tot it up roughly, each boy gets 2 attacks base. So there are 6 attacks. There are 12 attacks going into the Archon. I then get another 6, which pushes up to 18 for a Slugga and Choppa. I then get another 6, pushing up to 24 attacks against the for Warpath, and then a final 6 attacks, pushing up to 30 attacks from 6 Orc boys due to Loire.
It's horrible. And then they're going to explode because Tesla Orcs.
Yes, because they're Goffs, and they're hitting at strength 5.
It's painful.
That's quite nice, actually.
It entirely depends on your point of view, to be honest, Harry.
No, not the 5 this time.
I did offer just to remove those models, guys, but we figured we'd actually show you the horrendousness that is Orcs on the charge. As
So
we are kind of showcasing the Orcs game.
Yeah, makes sense. Only dropped 1 in total with the Tesla.
They're wounding me on
Freeze.
freeze.
Yeah. So it is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20 wounds on with -1 AP.
5 then. He's dead. Wow.
Cool.
That. Then the poor Cavalites, just roll the dice again.
I'll do the 5 attacks from the knob first because it is 2s to wound. That's not as great.
But it did 5s to explode?
No, because I didn't do Unbridled Carnage. It's only 6s.
Fair enough.
2s, well, that's 3 at -1.
I think I am.
You got 6 of Inbun.
Is that 3, you said? So 2 dead.
Cool.
3 left. Bucket of dice.
Small hands do not help.
I think I did Harry.
Yeah. So that's 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 to wound. It's not. I have dropped a few there actually.
They're dead, Harry.
They're dead.
So that is this flank is not looking so great, but now we have hopefully Drazar chopping some commandos in half. So if I just fish out my dice from Harry's trough, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to drop one of those.
We'll do Gaz in a sec.
Yeah. No, because sorry, do Gus first. Let's do it properly.
Okay. So Gaz, he's on full health.
I had forgotten about Gus.
Gaz, he's on full health, so he's got 5 attacks base, but +1 because it's a while, so he's got 6 attacks. I'm going to go 3 and 3 into
Venom and Ravager.
Yes. Now, as I said in Chris's game, he is a Goff character, so he gets his own rerolls. Despite GW saying they were going to get rid of them. So into the Venom first. You might want to hit on this? Cool. Hitting on 2s. When you're on 2s. Yep. Invun.
Yeah, I got a. At this point in the game, this is turn 3. So I have a 5 with Invun.
Cool.
From Power of Bane. 21 goes through.
Okay. So that is flat 4 damage.
So he's got 2 wounds remaining on the Venom. So
cool.
Gaz failed to kill a squishy paper plane.
I've also forgot about the +1 attack for his war trait, Proper Killy, so I'll do the 4 attacks into the Ravager. Ugh, no.
Oh, God.
So that's
How many strength
4
is
in
he?
total. He is strength
Lots.
14.
Okay, yep, so 4 go through. 5 ups. No.
That's 12 damage.
12 damage, so it would have killed it if it was straight off. Does it explode? No. So that is the 1 Ravager destroyed, but not the Venom, which is hilarious.
No, but what? Oh yeah.
Luckily, this good is within 3 inches the other side of the ruins.
Yeah.
So they are outnumbering Gaz. So Drazar into some commandos. Hitting you.
Do I get some benefits here?
I don't know. I'll roll some dice. I've hit you with all bar one of them so far. With 7.
No, I get +2 to my saving throw if I'm in cover.
Fair enough. So yeah, 7 attacks with his dual blade profile.
Cool.
I've missed one of them. So he is then hitting you at strength. Oh, I was just looking at it, honestly. Hitting you at strength 5, which is his freeze to wound because of his +1 aura that affects himself. So that is 1 very dead.
Yep.
And then 3 of them are at -3.
-3. Right, so I've got a 6 up save, +2 because I am in cover. 5 is
Cover in combat.
You do. You can have heavy cover, which is plus
fair enough.
combat. That said, though, that is 4 commandos dead.
And he's a draw. Guess what happens now?
You
fight last.
Oh, you do, don't you? Yeah.
So
You get to hit again.
Around again. And freeze to wound. So that is.
He's dead.
If that, the Drazar has just cleaved his way through some commandos. Fighting last was really quite tasty. Sorry guys, that was just half dropped the camera.
I'm not surprised by that.
No,
to
I
be
don't
honest.
think anyone's surprised on that front.
Cool.
So that I believe is turn.
Yes, that is turn.
So we'll come back with Drukhari turn 3 in just a moment, guys. Cool. So Operation Runaway from Big Mushroom has commenced. Basically, I've managed to pull Ghazghkull to where I wanted him, and now I've disappeared.
Yes.
So when the entire armies are scattered,
The thing that has me
you
holding
can't
it back.
advance charge now,
No, I
can
can't.
you? So I've drawn Gaz in this way,
There is a sacrificial Ravager, because he's so crippled he can't move fast enough, and everything else has just gotten out of dodge, ready to put a huge amount of firepower into the shooters left here.
Yeah.
Another Octarius skull being retrieved by the Cabalites, and the witches are setting themselves up to potentially charge into the Storm Boys.
Makes sense.
Over here, I've got a Venom that's scuttled off this way to get me engaged on all fronts. This Venom here has moved over to start putting some pressure on this side. Incubi have left this objective, but I'm still holding it because of the mission rules. Drazar has left this objective.
Hold
on
it
because of the mission rules, using the advance and charge ability that I've got to basically hem these guys in and hopefully just shred them with
Makes sense.
shreddiness. He didn't advance, so he's got some firepower to lend to things, either into these boys or across into the grots. Haven't quite worked out what I'm doing on that front yet.
The one thing I will say is, with that Ravager behind there, Toby has put it on the opposite side of the objective, so I can't directly intervene with Gaz.
Yeah.
Plus, I can't go through the wall either.
No, you can't, can you? Because you're a big chunky mushroom.
Yeah.
So that is basically the lay of the land, guys. So I've got no psychic because don't believe that nonsense. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with putting the scourges. We've got 4 dart lances across to the Met gun
Okay.
on the far side because he's worth points to me. Ghazghkull at the moment, he's annoying. But he's not worth any points. But bring it down, he's a monster, isn't he? So
He's a monster.
He's worth some bring it down points.
He'll,
but he's
he'll
so,
give you 2 bring it down points.
yeah, so the Met gun is an easier target, basically, guys.
Cool. Are you going to put
The Shark Carbine into the Shooter Boys.
Yeah.
So hitting the Met gun on 4s because I've moved. Wonderful. And then the Shark Carbine.
Do you want black? Oh, no, you can't black heart one of those.
No, no wounds. So the Scourges have entirely whiffed.
Cool.
That's the way it goes. This Venom
Yep.
is going to put all his firepower into the Storm Boys.
Cool.
So,
I'm -1 to hit because I'm in dense.
So we'll do the cannon up first. Reroll one of those for Black Heart. Useful. Rifles. Of course, they all hit. Force the wound. 2 wounds, no minus.
So I get a 5-up save now because I'm in cover.
Yep. No,
Nope,
so 2
2 dead.
are dead.
Cool.
We're
I'll
gonna-
take them off in a sec.
Yep.
Just because I will catch something on that nice bit of mech terrain.
Yep. And then the highly damaged Ravager is going to fire at Big Mushroom.
Yep, makes sense.
So he is weapon skill, ballistic skill, sorry, 5+ at the moment. So hitting on 5s. Blackheart. No.
He will. That Ravager there will be able to see, but he will be -1 because that is.
That Ravager is going to shoot that Met gun.
Oh, Ravager's going to shoot the mech gun, is he?
Yep.
Okay.
Get some guaranteed points is the thinking. Watching me fail everything here. So all hit. 4 freeze to wound job.
Boost wound.
1 wound. -4.
Don't get saved. Basically, if you roll a, I think you might have to roll a 3 here. That'll be four wounds in total. Do you want me to just double check how many wounds
Pretty
he's
certain
got?
5 wounds from what we've been saying.
6 wounds on the Met guns.
I won't. I'll tell you.
So he's down to 2 wounds currently.
Yeah, I'll leave that for time being. That's
Poor little
fine.
Met gun.
That's fine. What we'll do then over here. This is an empty Venom.
Yep.
So he's going to put his firepower into
The boys.
the boys there.
Makes sense.
So 3 cannons, 4s, 1 at -1,
Don't get saved. So 1 is dead.
rifles, Blackheart, 4s, and that's 3 at no minus this time.
Okay, so 6 is. Nope.
Nope.
So that's 4 dead in total.
It is. That I believe is almost shooting done.
Cool. So
Because that Venom in the middle of advanced guys, so even though him and the occupants can't then shoot. So we've got charge phases.
do you want
you
to
watching?
take away a couple couple models first? Just because I'm thinking, especially for the Storm Boys here, that
Yes,
will affect
true.
their
I forgot
range.
the Storm Boys.
This one, I think, is just a fairly gone conclusion. It's just
so
who I want to take away.
Czar's going in on
Yeah,
8. The Incubi on an 11.
I was gonna say I probably would know where I've watched with them.
You sure?
Yeah, because
Jazar would have gone in first. So
exactly, he's got 3 up armor save. I'm not going to do anything about it.
2 up armor save.
It doesn't make sense for me to do it, and then I'm going to take away the front 2.
So I'll roll the charge from the
Witches.
witches.
I don't think that will make
6 there, not going to make that.
No.
The question is, do I use my last CP
Well, that's not going to use it. 2 CP left, actually, so yeah, I will re-roll that.
Okay.
And 7, I still don't think that's enough to get in.
I think it is. No.
So that is there. It wasn't needed, but that's fine. At this point, Harry, I think we'll let you take your models off.
Yeah, and we'll come back with attacks.
You with the that's how things. Okay, guys. So Incubi up first. Just working out number of attacks and likelihood of killing Boyz. So I'm doing this all with their strongest strength profile. So hitting on 2s. Oh God.
That's what I'd like to see.
A godly number of 1s. This is winning on 3s because of Drazar's aura.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was when I knocked it over.
It was it.
Was it 6? What was it?
It was a wound.
It was a wound regardless, and the damage doesn't make a lot of difference. So that's 4 dead orcs.
4 dead orcs. Surprisingly enough, I will be interrupting using my last 2 CP.
We rolled Tormentors, guys, and neither Drazar's nor the Incubis went off. Rolled pretty low to be fair.
So they are going to be hitting, especially with Warpath and the War still being there. It just makes sense to do that. So I need to get my attack sorted, and we'll be back in a sec. Right.
So Orcs been removed. Drazar's now got lightning fast reactions, and then we're into Orcs Choppy phase. So what is the one?
So we've got the way we're splitting it is we've got 2 boys going into the Incubi, and then 1 boy and a knob going into Draz, just because the way engagement ranges work.
Cool.
So we've got 10 attacks from 2 Orc boys going into the Incubi. So they're hitting on 3s, and then 6s do additional.
Yep.
So that's 2, miss 1 there, and then
they go back in.
Again.
Toughness 3.
3s to wounds.
Toughness 3, yeah.
Cool. So these, Toby, are at -1. There's 6 saves there.
6 saves at -1. Cool. So that only 1 damage a pop, yeah?
Yeah, 1 damage pop.
Cool. So 5 ups.
You've done all right there.
Done all right. So that is. I will take 1 wound on the
Sergeant.
So I've killed 2. There's 2 wounds have gone through, haven't they?
Yeah, 2 wounds went through.
So I'll kill 1 of the standard Incubi, and I'll put 1 wound onto the 2 wound Clavex.
Makes sense. Now, next up, we have got the other boy and the knob. I would have loved to have put all the attacks into the Incubi, but Draz being Draz.
Yep.
I've got to kill him. So, 5 attacks from the knob. Now, these hitting on 4s and 6s do their additional.
Yep.
So that is a 6. So that's 3 hits in total.
Yep.
Are you T4?
He might be actually. Sorry, guys.
Actually, I'm strength 7 because I didn't charge.
That's an Archon, a Succubus. Sorry, guys, I don't know what you're seeing on camera at the moment. He is toughness 4.
Cool. So 3s to wound because I'm only strength 8 on the charge. Cool. 2 wounds at -1.
-1. He, I believe, has got 2 of armor. He's got 2 of armor, so
cool.
Bounce.
That's not great. And then the Slugga, not Slugga, the Choppa.
Yep.
So those fail, but
come back in because of Tesla.
3 wounds, -1.
3 wounds, -1, so 3 ups.
All I'm going to say is ooh.
So 1 damage.
Yeah, 1 damage pop.
So yeah, that stays at 1 damage. So he is down to. He's got 3 wounds remaining.
Okay.
So happy with that.
I think those Orc boys are now probably dead.
Yep. So Drazar's 7 attacks for his first round of combat. Yep. And then it's going to be again on
freeze swing because
he'll be strength 6. He'll be strength 5, so freeze to wound. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Ooh.
So that's still minus many, and there's extra damage.
What damage are they at?
Damage profile.
Yeah.
So the 6 will be at 3 damage.
The rest of them at 2.
The rest of it 2.
Okay, in that case, the entire score to wipe, no matter how I try to shenanigan.
Earlier on in the game, guys, we did forget lethal precision, which makes this damage on 6s to wound against the Death Dreads. Might have done something. We don't think it did, but they might have lost a wound earlier. But that then is that squad wiped, which makes me happy. So that, I believe, is everything. On my turn.
Yes, so morale-wise, there was going to be morale issue there, but you killed them, so nothing there. You don't have any other morales to do.
Nope.
Gaz can't heroic intervene. Yeah, that's it.
Cool, guys. So
do some points totting up, and be back with you most likely for Orcs turn 4. Okay guys, so it is close on the score whether this turn was actually worth it, but it was close enough to play it out. So, Harry, Orcs turn 4 movement.
Basically, I've gone chase after everything that's scattered.
Yep.
Pretty much. So the Storm Boys that were here, I turbo boosted. I didn't roll a 1 for them, so they're all alive.
Yep.
The idea being they're going to jump across there, and then next turn they're going to jump and definitely be in Octarius range.
Yep. Shoota boys have come into this little funnel.
Hang on a sec, I can't jump them. I just realised because I'm doing Rob with them.
Oh, fair enough.
So the Grots are going to pile
We're
in.
going to go into there, but they're doing Retrieval Taurus data on that dice by Harry's hand.
Yep, and what I will do though is they will advance.
They can't advance if they're doing actions.
They can't advance, so they're just going to do their normal movement. That's a fair point. But they're just going to push up to the wall, so it stops you from falling out of combat into that disembarking. Because hopefully, the last remaining boys from the Witch Mob and the Weird Boy are going to go and attack that Venom.
And probably Cavalites. And then the Shooter boys have fallen into Venom, into the funnel, into the channel, with many targets, many charges.
The idea being I'm going to shoot the Witches because I don't want to be hit first.
Yep.
And then Makari and the boys are going to charge both of these. Probably Makari just into the Scourges.
Yep.
But we'll go from there.
And then Gaz is chasing his prey.
Yep. It just means it knocks you off an objective.
Yep.
Interestingly, I will have to try and
Get onto the objective.
Get onto the objective realistically.
Yep.
But
That's about it.
or worst case scenario, the Storm Boys next to him jump onto it and we go from there.
Yeah, that's true. Right there.
But I am also within 18 inches of Dakar range of both the Incubi and the one Venom there, just to help out the 2 mech guns.
Yep. So, Smitey? Or
You know what? I am instead going to, because I'm going to be within 18, I'm going to cast Warpath on those Orc boys there.
Yep.
Because why not?
yeah, makes sense.
No, I'm not.
Cool. So
And do I really want to do it?
I don't think you need to.
I'm not 100% sure I need to. I will save it for, say, a damage roll or something like that.
So mech guns.
Yes, so first mech gun, we'll go with that one over there.
Yep. Into the Venom.
Into the Venom, so D3 shots. 2 shots. Hitting on 5s.
Yep.
Nope, they add to a 5. Second one, we'll do the same thing. D3 shots, 1 shot, hitting on a 5. Does hit.
Yep.
Freeze to wound. Does wound.
5 with my gun.
Nope. D6 damage. 4.
2 wounds, which was on the fresh Venom, wasn't
The
it?
fresh Venom.
Cool. So 2 wounds remaining on this here Venom. If I can find a 2, it would be helpful. Sorry, that Venom. That's what I was pointing at.
Yep. Gaz is going to do his 16 shots into the Incubi. I just feel like that's a better
Yep.
place for him. So 2, 4, 6, 16. 16 shots into the Incubi. We'll just see how it goes. Hitting on 5s. 1, 2. Fantastic.
The big mushroom himself ain't that accurate.
He's an orc.
Yeah, you
Doesn't
thought
need
they
to
put something in his arms to make it a bit stronger.
That is 2 wounds because they are strength 5 and then -1 AP.
Cool. So I think that kills him.
Cool.
With a -1.
That does the job.
Yep. So Incubi are destroyed.
Sure. That's perfectly all right.
Yeah, that's a reasonably good bit of shooting from Gaz.
I will. Oh, I've just realised what I could use that 1 CP on. I could use a tank buster bomb. So the Orc boys are going to. Actually, we'll do the Shoot boys here. So there's going to be 30 shots from them, and they're all going into the Witches.
Cool. I have no CP at this point, guys, so I can't do any defensive stratagems.
So there's 5 there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. I should have been more prepared.
You should. There we go.
So hitting on 5s against the Witches. That's a little bit better. That's it, because that one was knocked over.
Oh, fair enough.
Freeze to wound. That's only
3 wounds?
3 wounds. Not great, but
5 open guns.
yes.
Just go 1.
Yep.
Blink.
That's a little bit frustrating. I was hoping to kill a few more.
Yep.
Being realistic.
Guys in the ruins?
Guys in the ruins, am I 12 inches away from Scourges? No, they're just going to chuck 2 sluggers in because they can into the venom.
Cool.
1 hit.
Yep.
Doesn't
No
wound.
wound.
Cool.
Charge phase then.
Yeah, I think that's everything actually. Yeah, it is everything.
Cool. So what are you charging, dude?
Gaz first into the...
Ravager?
Yeah,
It had no Overwatch ability.
he's in.
Gaz is in.
We'll move around the sec. The Weird Boy and the Orks will charge the Venom.
Cool.
So the Weird Boy first.
4, that's probably not in, mate. But double check it.
Yeah, I'm going to need a 5.
You've got, here we go.
Here we go. He's in.
He's in. The boys?
Boys need a little bit further. They're in. The Makari is going to charge
Scourge?
just Scourges. He's in. And now the Shoot Boys are going to charge the...
Everything.
Not the...
Not the witches?
Not the witches, though.
Cool.
Just, I suppose I could.
You will be fighting first.
I'll be fighting first and I still get +1 attack. You know what, I will. And I'll do more into those ones there. And they're now tied up.
Cool. Charge them in. Yeah, 7 will get you enough
So
movement, I
get me
imagine.
in.
So guys, we'll move everything in and we'll back with you with the combats in just a second. So, Shooter boys, ready to go.
So we've got the first 4 boys going into the witches. So I'm going to be hitting on freeze at this point and then 6s explode. Sadly, no 6s there. And that's 4 wounds, but you get your 4 up in done.
Yep. 1 drops.
1 drops.
Cool. And we'll take her
I'm less confident about them now. 1 boy, just for the sake of it, into the cab lights.
Yep.
Sure.
Could level that against the witches.
That's 3 wounds at -1.
3 with -1. The 1 drops. Bloop. And then, how many into the Scourge? How?
5 then into the Scourges.
Cool. Oh, sorry, I was pointing the wrong bit then.
I get 1, 2, 3, so that's...
I'm not liking the Scourge chances.
Slightly better now. Because that is actually only 6 wounds at -1.
6 wounds, -1. That is, I think they've got a 3 or 4 of armour, so that is 2 drops from the Scourge. So we'll take the Solitaire, and we will take one of, actually, we'll take one of those. Cool.
Cool. We then have Makari.
Makari, yeah, sure, I forgot Makari.
So he's got 2 attacks.
Yep.
+1 for being in War.
Cool.
So he's got his Power Stabber, which...
Power Stabber.
Well, Makari's Stabber, there's no AP to this.
Doesn't he get mortal wounds or something on the attack?
Yes, on a modified roll of a 6, he does a mortal wound. So,
4 of armour the Scourge has got.
cool. So he's got 3 attacks hitting on 4s.
Fair enough. Nice.
I'm not a Goff though, even though he is a Goff.
Yeah.
Doesn't get it. I'm looking for 4s on 6s basically. 1 6.
So 1 mortal wound.
So no. So what was it? So it's inflicts D3 mortal wounds and the target sequence ends. So I've got 1. That's a normal save.
Yep.
So if you roll that now.
Yep, it's
Cool.
fine.
And then D3 mortals.
Nice.
3. Cool.
Makari kills the Scourges.
Good old Makari.
But it doesn't help you with your thumbs so much though, because he's a Gretchen.
I'll just have to double check that. I think it's fine. I think it's only if you can't kill Gretchen units.
Okay, fair enough.
Can't kill squishy stuff.
Right, cool.
Next on is the Weird Boy.
Yes, I've forgotten that lot.
So he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Cool.
Yeah, not great. And then he is Strength 5, Strength 8, Strength 9 because of Goffs. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
-1.
So 5 with Eavy. Make them both.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pay 1 CP for a Tank Buster Bomb. Why not? We'll have some fun.
Before this, okay, it don't make a difference. The witches should have attacked next.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not going to make a difference because they're in different combat over.
Yes.
Actually, the witches should have attacked before Makari, but again, it makes no difference.
No difference
So,
because it's not the same unit.
yeah. We did remember the rules, guys, just that they don't have any impact on what we're doing.
Cool. So tank buster bomb, just because I can.
Yep.
So 1 CP when Orks tank buster bombs unit, which they do have the Boyz have the keywords.
Nice.
Select one model from one model. That model can only make one attack this phase, and must target an enemy vehicle unit with that attack. If a hit is scored, that unit suffers 2d3 mortal wounds, and the attack sequence ends. So
The core can do it on the knob.
no, I'm not. So 4 attacks and then 4 attacks. So the first boy, does it hit?
This is the bomb, yeah?
Yes, does hit.
Does hit.
Suffers 2d3 mortal wounds.
How many wounds has that got left?
2.
So he's dead.
Yeah, suffers 4. Now,
Does he blow? It's a 3. He does
no,
not
he
blow.
does not. What would have been funny was if he was a Goff, that hit have exploded.
Well, yeah, true.
I don't think it would have, but do you want to roll the casualties?
Yep, so there's 5 Cabalites inside there. So obviously they can get out easy enough towards the front of the venom. And they're all fine.
Cool.
So
we'll take them off, and I will pile into them.
fair enough if you can reach them. If you can't, then you can't. So
It
we'll work that
depends
out.
what happens once they're all gone.
Yeah, so guys, what we'll do is we'll work that bit out in a second. I'm back with you just with the witches attacking. Gaz needs to pop that. So if you want to pop that, Harry, because I can't see it surviving. But
So he's got many attacks. So Gaz has got 5 attacks base because he's still in his top profile, which is very unlike him. +1 for War.
Yep.
+1 for proper killie. So he's got 7 attacks. Hitting
Nice.
2s, re-rolling hit rolls. Re-rolling that one. Cool. So no explosions.
I don't think he's going to need them.
Get rid of those. That is 5 at minus, technically -5 because of proper killie.
It's dead, Harry.
That how many failed there?
Many.
Many. Cool.
It explodes.
Does explode. D3's on
I
Gaz.
presume D3. Gaz takes a mortal wound.
And wound. Cool.
Yeah. Gaz has finally been wounded. Right, so that's dead. We then have the witches here attacking the Scourge are dead as well, guys, ignore them. The witches attacking the Boyz. So this witch squad only has +2 to their movement. They weren't ready to begin combat, but here we go. So hitting you on freeze. Still get a stupid number of attacks. Wounding you on 5s because strength 3. Sorry, I should point the camera by face. So that is 4 at -1.
Cool. So 4 thermo pains because of Makari. No, actually no, because
He's too away from Gaz,
he's
isn't
too
he?
far away from Gas. That is just 4 dead.
Cool.
I will.
I think Cabalites are gaining an extra attack, you know? They do. So the Cabalites have then got 2 attacks each, +1 for the Cyberite. So this is be hitting you on 3. Actually hitting you better now because I've got the power from pain table, but there we go. So hitting you on 2s at this point. Of course I rolled all 1s. Wounding you on 5 and 6s. So that is 1 at -1.
Cool. One more goes flat. So that is 5. I will do morale on them now.
Yep.
Fine.
Fine.
Do you need to do? Oh no, because you're fearless.
Not quite yet, I'm not, but they've only taken 1 casualty, so
Not about the witches.
they lost one. They lost one earlier on. They've only taken 1 damage this turn.
I thought we lost 2.
I've only got 1 here, and that's died well for this turn.
That's fair enough.
So I think they're all okay. Scourge are dead. That is the end of Orcs turn 4.
Yep.
Into Drukhari turn 4. We're back with you at the end of the moon phase. Okay guys, so Drukhari movement phase is complete. I am now having to tether to a cable, so you might not get some quite good camera angles. But Drazar has moved on to this objective and out into obscuring light blocking terrain.
Yep.
So he's now safe because he's worth victory points to Harry. Although actually, I might come round here.
Just so I can't.
No, I think Gaz, but actually the mech gun's probably just dangerous. So, over here, the Venom has scoodled forward, and these Cabalites here actually, when they got piled into by the Orcs, managed to kill the Orcs that piled into them.
Yeah. Wasn't the smartest move by my.
No, so they come in here, they've done an Octaria scan on that objective. The Venom basically, his plan is to shoot
Question: if we don't kill them when in shooting, we'll charge them. If we do kill them, then we'll charge that mech gun. Over on this side, which is in combat because they'll be striking first. We always fight first.
Yeah.
If the pistols don't do much, well, the pistols might fin off a few. Cavalry stayed in combat with them. So basically, I don't need to be out of combat with them. Over here, Venom's lining themselves up with some shots into Makari, and the Dark Lance Ravager is eyeing up that mech gun as well. So
if it's 2 wounds remaining, I'm not sure it's on for this one.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the plan. Actually, the Venom was lining up Scotch and these Storm Boys. That's what his plan was. So what we're going to do is we'll start off with the Ravager. So he's got 3 shots into the mech gun, hitting on freeze, Blackheart, always the way, wounding on freeze, 2 wounds.
It's dead.
It's dead. Doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't make a difference. That is an extra point for you to bring it down.
It is indeed. Some pistols from the witches.
Yeah.
The boys. 1 hit. And no wounds.
Cool.
The Cowboys, oddly enough, don't have those. What are they called? What are they called?
Pistols.
Pistols, that's the words. The Venom will now be shooting into the Storm Boys.
Yep.
So it's cannon. Reroll for Blackheart. Every time. Force to wound. There's 1 wound at -1 on the Storm Boys.
Cool. You saying they get cover?
Yeah, you would if they're dude.
Cool. So 6 ups.
No, you don't cover. Then the rifles. Both fail. Lovely. Venom over the far side into the grots. So we'll start off with the cannon. 3 hits. Force to wound you because it's still a poison weapon. 1 wound on the grots.
Any AP?
No, yes, 1.
I'm in cover though, so.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Ooh, they've got some special rules now, Grots.
While you're looking that up, I'll roll the other ones. So reroll 1 of those. Force to wound him. You've got another 2 wounds, no AP this time, Harry.
Cool. So Grots now have a 7-up save.
Yep.
But because they've got a special rule called diminutive, whilst this unit is receiving benefit of cover, add an additional 1. So 7-up, down to a 5-up, up to a 6-up with the AP.
Yep, so we've got 1 at 6-up.
Nope.
And then 2 at 5-ups. Oh, nice.
Cool. 2 survive. No, 2 die.
That makes sense. That's all the shooting.
Cool.
Charge phase. I'm going to charge the grots with that there venom.
Makes sense.
Harry, you'll have to do some measuring and some moving for me. I've rolled a 10.
Where do you want it? Do you want it this side?
Yeah, furthest. That'll do. Cool. That's.
Any other charges?
I think that's probably it, dude. To be honest with you.
Okay.
So let's go for. Oh, scratch me eye a second. How many CP you got?
None.
Cool. So I can just do the venom first. So it's got 6 attacks with chain snares, hitting on freeze at this point with power from pain. Reroll that for Blackheart. Then it's going to be wounding you on 2s.
What strength for you?
6.
2s.
So that is 1 at -2 at -2, and 3 at -1.
Don't get save. So how many is that in total? 5?
5 Gretchenses are dead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 grots.
Official leave.
5 grots are died. 5 grots are dead.
5 grots are dead. Witches, I forgot how many attacks they get. They get 3 attacks. And that's racks. 3 attacks each. 4 for the knives, +1 for the Arena Champion. So these witches here, Harry, are going to start chopping up your boys again.
Yep, not surprised.
Hitting you on 2s at this point, just power from pain.
Yep.
Of course, I roll the 1s. And then it's going to be 5s to wound you. So that was a 6, I didn't even knock it. So that is 4 at -2, and then 1 at -1. Harry, I think your boys are dead.
Yeah. Yeah, they're dead.
They're dead, Jim. All the references coming out. That, I believe, is my turn.
Cool. I get to hit you back with some grots.
Yes, you do. You're still over there, aren't you?
Hit on 5s.
How many left?
3. 2 hits.
Woo!
What strength? Strength 6 is to wound.
Toughness 2. Strength 2 even.
Strength 2. No, that's a shame because if those had both gone through, it could have killed it.
Yep. So morale on the Gretchen.
Yeah, this is where things become a bit of an issue. I won't lie. I need a 1 here. No. Right. So one fails, and then because they've got a rule called Cowardly, they suffer an additional -1, so that 1s, 2s, and 3s fail. One lives.
One lives.
One lives.
Well done, Mr. Grot. So that I believe ends up my turn. I've got no morale to worry about. So I will be scoring a. I moved out of that table quarter. That was stupid with Draz, but so I'm getting because I presume I'm too close. Oh no, actually I won't.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Be fine.
So it's 3 points for engagement on fronts.
Yep.
And I got another 4 points for now done all of my Octarius scans. Sorry guys, I was just panning around while I was getting a little on the pen. So, and I got the mech gun as well. So that, at the moment, is a score sheet. So, we'll be back with you with Orks turn 5. This is going to be a quick one in just a moment. Okay guys, so that is that done. We map hammered / half played out the final turn. We've been at this a while. I mean, both of us are pretty tired. That was a bit of a slogfest in the end.
We don't do small games.
Yeah, 2K's big jump. It's a lot more effort to film. So the end of the play was 77 points to Drukhari, 69 points to the Orks, all in the secondaries. We equaled each other on the primaries. Obviously, both armies fully painted. So I just snuck the extra points on the primary.
It's interesting looking at how the primaries have been set out. I was able to get on the ball on the primaries turn 1, but your fast little skinny things just mean that last couple of turns you can just go out and do what you want.
Which is basically what I did.
Yeah.
Sneaking in, bring it down, didn't max that out, but I got the maximum I could for engagement on fronts realistically, because turn 1 just so I'm going to go straight into quarter.
Yeah,
it's a good plan. You hit really hard when you hit. And Octarius was able to start that early enough to wrap that up, constantly put pressure on you to have to do Octarius because you knew I was that 1 turn ahead of you to be able to do it.
That was a bit of a misplay for me. I should have put the Gretchen a bit closer to have gotten the objective.
Misplays a lot of money that I think lost you the game, mate. The fact that, misplays and bad luck. The Venom killing the Morganaut.
That was unfortunate.
Tagging him, then the Venom killing the Boyz.
Yeah.
I think you underestimate, I think a lot of people underestimate the Venoms with the chain snares having those 6 attacks.
And it's hitting on 5s as well, which is quite good.
Hitting on 3s. 4s, sorry, because it's 5s normally, I think it is. And when he gets into that later turns, which is why I like having them in Black Heart, because you're getting that improved weapon skill earlier on. So actually your transports hitting at strength 6 -1.
Yeah.
Possibly -2 if you're playing how you roll, makes a big difference.
And once again, I think that it's been a bit harsh on Orks because we've had Drukhari, which are all poison.
Yeah.
And then against Chris's Celestial Lands, there's a lot of strength 5 weapons because of heavy incestors and all that stuff. So actually, I'm not seeing the benefit of the toughness 5 really.
No, the problem is you get toughness 5. There's so much stuff in the now because people have been building against Death Guard for so long that toughness 5 there's enough things that can deal with toughness 5, and the -1.
Save.
Yeah, you're not getting much of save there. And the -1 AP on your choppers, we were talking about again, there's so much stuff between Abmech, Salamanders, all the various weird one-of-wing sisters can bring. Yeah. There's enough stuff in the game that doesn't care about -1 that
it either is high enough arm save or just flat out ignores it.
Yeah. I actually think that the Orks, at least the way you've built your Ork army, which is the Goffs army and is lots of Boyz, I don't think you're any better, maybe even slightly worse in a new book.
I'd say slightly worse because I can't advance charge as much. I can only do it once.
But I can.
Yeah, we'll forget about it. But at the same point, the extra attacks and the things like the exploding 5 and 6s, and those just being straight hits, suddenly damage is really quite good in combat for me.
But you've never struggled. The problem is still getting your boys into combat.
That's true.
And unless you go mechanised, which then you're sucking in so many points into your trucks, your buggies, that sort of thing. And let's be honest, the kits ain't great.
The kits are alright.
Yeah, they're not easy to build by the look of them. But it's Orks, so there's a lot of difference. But
if you don't look at the instructions, it's fine.
Yeah. I can't see where your benefit has come from when you do Drukhari got so much better, Abmech got so much better. So Space Marines, they stay roughly, they are that sort of middle balanced ground, or you better or worse than Space Marine. Everything, Necron's got better because of how bad they were previously.
Yeah.
But they're not. I just think you've almost.
I've lost a little bit.
You've lost a bit. You've gained a bit. I don't think you balance out. I think
the main thing is, we were talking about this off camera. Gaz, I'm not 100% sure is worth it, because just the sound of getting, you get both benefits of both the speed bar and the regular bar.
It only works if you build your list that way.
It only works if you build for both ends, and then realistically, you're probably not building both ends very well. I'd rather, I was saying up this, I'd rather just take a standard war boss, and I can fit in another 20 odd boys with Gaz's points. I'd rather do that.
I mean, Drukhari wise, we know what we can do. I can do with them. I can go out and buy 5 of our raiders, make the gate list a lot tailored up. I'm not going to spend the physical money, guys, let alone the points on doing it. It's not what I want to do, and there's no point. I'm not taking tournaments. They're just a bit of fun to have in the store at the moment. Salamanders will take into the Underground tournament.
Yeah.
So they're nearly finished, so we hopefully get them on the chance soon. Just got to finally finish some Eradicators.
Really sound like it's an issue.
Getting hold of them is the issue at the moment. We want them from Games Workshop and they're just not coming to the store. There we go. So guys, that's the end of the game today. It's been a long one, it's been a slog. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Final victory to the Drukhari. Orks unlucky again. Like I said, thank you so much for getting us over the 1,000 subscriber mark. Please like, subscribe, share, let everyone know about us if we can. We're trying to figure out what we can do to make it special for our one, for sort of celebrating 1,000 subscribers. Timing just isn't working this week, so we'll get that sorted out over the next couple of weeks for you guys as a thank you, and we'll see you again soon. Catch you later. Bye bye.